Good evening! Good evening, good evening, good evening! Welcome! Welcome to Elsinore! Which is, I put a very Spanish flair on that, which is probably not quite how it's supposed to be. This is Shakespeare! Gonna class things up a little bit on the channel. This is a game I found at PAX. Presumably, wait, which year are we in? It must have been last year. I think it must have been last year. Because I didn't go this year. And yeah, it is here. It is... caught me completely by surprise. I only found out it was out today, and it was out, like, either today or yesterday. Yeah, this is Shakespeare, but Groundhog Day style. So, Ophelia is going to be reliving the same day over and over and over again, and somehow this ties into, like, Shakespeare. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but I guess we're going to find out. Let's start a prologue.
Ophelia.
Oh, it's only partially voice acted. Okay, cool. Right, we just get the first word. There you are, love. And as usual, doesn't even give me so much as a hello, father. Hello, father. That's better. And what are you doing all the way out here? I wanted to be alone a while. It's quiet here.
I see.
Avoiding me more like. Well, I have a small favor to ask of you. Your brother's in the throne room, visiting the king about his voyage, but his majesty tends to run over long. Won't you fetch Laertes for me? Tell him he's tardy. As usual, his trunks are sitting in his chambers, open and empty. At this rate, he'll go to Paris with nothing but the clothes on his back.
Oh.
That would come as no surprise to either of us. Of course not. Much as I try, I can't help but think of how terribly I'll miss him. And with all that's going on here in Denmark, war brewing and such, I think my hair has gotten a little whiter even as we stand here. The nerves are taking quite a toll on me.
Father.
Father, go and have a stroll. Breathe. I'll fetch Laertes.
My thanks.
And this is why you're my favourite daughter. Only daughter. And that as well. Ophelia acquires the information. Father's request. We need to find Laertes. This will be updated in the journal. Ophelia learns more about Ophelia. Good, she is learning about herself. And Polonius. The character bios will be updated in the journal. This is my journal. Open it now. Cool. Leads. Oh god, this is turning into like a detective thing. Your leads tab documents actions you completed in the past, as well as hints about some mysteries you might uncover. My father is worried about Laertes' upcoming trip and wants me to talk to my brother before he goes. It falls on me to get him. Where on earth could he be? Cool. Your characters tab contains information about the characters you've encountered in Elsinore. Ophelia, that's me. As a child of a duke, I have some small amount of standing, but as a daughter, I can inherit nothing. I've lived here at the castle all my life. Sometimes I dream about leaving, but where would I go, and what kind of life would I live? Everything I know about the world lies within Elsinore's walls. She's a lady of Denmark. And hearsay. Father desires to speak to my brother Laertes before he leaves for Paris tomorrow. Information you can share with the inhabitants of Elsinore. Okay, so these will come up in conversations. I can be like, oh, I need to tell you that my father wants me to speak to my brother. Like, that might be useful. Okay, let's go. So this is, as best memory serves, like, essentially like a real-time kind of jobby. Like, basically like Dead Rising kind of time looping. Like, if you don't get somewhere in time, things play out, whether you're there or not. Stuff happens even in your absence. You are but an interloper in this world, as opposed to something more like, what do you call it? There was a time looper thingy that I played a few months back that I can't remember the name of now. Either way, like, that was just like scripted kind of thing. It was like, there are events that unfold, you go through a certain amount of choices per day, but at the end of it, but you know, like, if you stand in one place, the world doesn't end whilst you're waiting, right? Like, here, if you stand in one place and do nothing, night will fall and the day will end and you'll go back to the start and you'll have achieved nothing. Let's talk to whoever this was. I didn't actually see who this was. I'm looking for my overly tardy brother. Have you seen him around?
Marcellus.
Whoa! Marcellus, are you alright? I'm sorry, Lady Ophelia, you gave me a bit of spook. Been on edge since last night. Just a difficult night's watch. You look like you've seen a ghost, Marcellus. I'm sorry to have troubled you. Been up a little too late playing cards again, have we? No, not at all. Irma cleaned me out after the last game. I haven't gone back to her for the game since. Besides, some of the other boys thought that maybe, the most senior guard ought not to gamble as much. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Try to get some sleep tonight. I'll try, I will. As for your brother, I reckon he's meeting with my lord the king to get formal permission for his trip to Paris. Seems a strange thing to do on the eve of his departure. Well, you know how court formalities are, my lady. I hope make the rules. You'll probably find him in the Great Hall. Very dramatic, Marcellus. I guess it's that way. Just trying to be helpful. Okay, Marcellus now believes that Polonius urgently needs to speak with Laertes. Fair enough, okay. That seems like a reasonable assumption. Ophelia learns more about Marcellus. Learns more to find Laertes. Horatio! Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. That guy from that speech. Hi, do you know where my brother is?
Horatio.
Laertes is trapped in a meeting, but my father wants to speak with him. The good and fair Lady Ophelia, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Enough with the poetry, Horatio, you flatterer. I was a poet in another life, you know. That was before I was a foot soldier. Then a student. Now I'm, a professional friend? That's not a bad life. You've been many things at many times. My apologies for the wallowing. You asked about your brother. Court's being held in the Great Hall, I believe. Oh, I suppose you're right. Head there and I'm certain you'll be able to tear him away. You know, back in Florence there is no sense of lateness. Men arrive precisely when they mean to, and meals are 6 hours long. I'd be much slower and larger if that were the case here. Yes, bless Denmark, you Danes are always hurrying somewhere. Okay, we've learned about Horatio. Cool, so... Marcellus, Knight Guard of Elsinore. Marcellus has faithfully served Elsinore for several generations of royalty, and is a passionate advocate of the throne. He's likely the oldest living man within its walls. He can be a little foggy at times, but years of practice with the sword have rendered him more capable than he seems. Horatio, friend to Hamlet, soldier, poet. Horatio is Hamlet's schoolmate from Wittenberg. From the look of him, he can't be Danish, but I've never known his origin. You mentioned Florence. He might be from Florence. He served as a soldier in the last war alongside Bernardo, and from the way he carries himself, he must be of noble birth, though exactly how I'm not sure. He's well-educated and eloquent, and always has something interesting to say. Laertes and Prince Hamlet are currently getting permission from the king to leave Denmark in the Great Hall. Ooh, fountain. I used to play her as a girl. Now, though, with all these heavy skirts, better steer clear. Lady Brit, I guess we best get to know folks. Hey. What do you know about the sitch? My father desires to speak with Laertes. If Laertes leaves, this already desolate place will become a lot more dismal. Somehow I feel this is thoroughly your fault. How? You could have convinced him to stay, couldn't you? I don't control my brother, or his itinerary for that matter. Now what will I do? Being a lady in waiting is so dismal, tending to the queen's every little whim, following her from court function to court function. It's tedious, Lady Ophelia. If only I were a sad little half-ranked girl with no prospects like you, then I'd be excused from this banality. Just tell me where he is, Brit. You see the door to the Great Hall there? Fetch him yourself. I'm not your scullery maid. Perhaps if he's late enough, he won't have to go to Paris after all.
No.
Unlikely. A French coastal gale is calling his name. Oh, what a divine punishment it is for him to sail off to France, leaving me with a boring sibling. Sorry to disappoint. Alas, can't be helped. You've got disappointment written all over you. Poor little orphan girl.
Right.
You may be the queen's lady in waiting, but I am a lady of the court. Keep your tongue in check.
My lady.
Oh, I know precisely who you are. Well, ain't she charming? Gertrude's lady-in-waiting, terribly cruel, we've never gotten along. Daughter of one of the most powerful noble families in Denmark, as with most people here at Elsinore. Fair enough. Irma, who are you? And what do you know about the situation? Laertes is meeting with the king, but my father needs him.
Yes.
Oh, he's in the Great Hall then. Have you been in there yet? Hi, Mike. What's your phone? Oh, I don't know what that is. Mikey? Mikey? Wasn't that what someone accidentally called me at one point? Mikey? Hi, Mikey. What's got your father in a rush, so? Laertes heads to Paris tomorrow. I think father's merely overly worried about his departure. Is that so? Seems the boy has become a man, all in a flash. It's been so long since I chased him and Hamlet out of my kitchen with a broom. Then again, probably for the better. My old back can hardly stand that kind of violence. They were little terrors once upon a time. I'll miss him. The Queen asked to have the food ready for the evening meal an hour ago, and yet no one here, least of all your brother. My food does not wait for Danes. Danes wait for my food. One of the most feared women in Elsinore for her quick temper. Fiercely devoted to the Queen, and originally followed Gertrude from Bohemia, where she and Gertrude were both born and raised. Despite her teeth, I have seen that she has a warm side. She loves to gamble. She's quite good. I wouldn't make a bet against her for all the world. Okay, do I know... Ooh, map. Hello. Oh, the Great Hall is... Okay, there's Irma. She's gone to the kitchen, I guess. Okay, cool. Oh, so this would be... This must be the Great Hall. Yeah. Ooh, get closer to hear them, I guess. Oh, listen to event. Ah, okay.
Are you certain?
Prince Fortinbras will not retreat easily. He's hot-headed, as his father was. He has a temper, my lord.
Bernardo.
Are you questioning my ability to provide for Denmark's battle plan when the time comes, Captain Bernardo? Not at all, my lord. Merely suggesting. Claudius now believes that the court has been successfully informed. Okay. You know some things about some folks. I think I missed some of that. I think if I'd gotten there a bit sooner, I might have caught a bit more of that. I'm not quite sure, like, what there was, but... Let's talk to Hamlet, star of the show.
Hamlet?
My father needs to meet with Laertes. Can you give him permission to leave this meeting?
What is it?
Oh, we are on speaking terms now. You were the one who asked me to leave you alone. Hamlet, that's all behind us. I need your help. Please.
I can't.
I'm as much a prisoner to this awful meeting as your brother. You'll have to talk to someone who has any power over my uncle. My queen mother, for instance. Okay. Laertes. Hey, Burrow. Pops wants to see you. Psst. Have you spoken to father today? He's in a fit.
What?
Oh, right. I'd completely forgotten. My mind's on Paris already. Hamlet and I are both waiting for an audience with the king, but it's dragging on. Won't you speak to the Queen, Ophelia? She's fond of you. She can move this meeting along. Okay. Just walk right up to the Queen and chat away. Sure, why not?
My queen.
My lady, my father wishes to speak with Laertes as soon as possible.
No.
Oh no, have we run over long? I'm sure Polonius is in an absolute fit. Give me a moment. I'll whisper in my husband's ear.
My lord.
My lord, I tire of this, and besides, I believe young Laertes must meet his father's beckon. My wife is right. We've had enough of political affairs for now. Today is a day for celebration, after all. Young Prince Fortinbras grows beyond his leash. We ought to engage not with him, but with his uncle, the true King of Norway. Bernardo, have Voltiman deliver a message to the king with our terms.
At once, my lord. Now then.
Laertes, Hamlet, please come forward. I've been given word that the both of you wish to have my formal permission to leave Denmark. My king, I want to travel to Paris tomorrow morning that I might learn about the breadth of life's offerings beyond the Danish walls. And I want to return to Wittenberg because, I agree, these Danish walls are absolutely miserable. I have some concerns about each of you. You are yet young men. Laertes, what does your father say? He's worried, my king, but grants his blessing. Then I must concede. Hamlet, on the other hand,
Absolutely not.
your mother, the Queen, and I would prefer you near to us, Hamlet. You may not go back to Germany. What? The funeral for my brother is 2 months past, and yet you still wear black. I wear mourning attire while I mourn my father.
Hamlet.
The time for that has passed. You ought to think of me as your father now, your father the king. Nothing has changed.
Yes.
For your own health, I desire that you stay in Denmark. If that's your wish, uncle.
It's pointless.
As is customary, I have no choice. I never do.
Excellent.
All is settled. And with that, let us break a little while. Court is dismissed. Thank you, my lord. Thank you.
Of course.
You are most welcome, Laertes. Swift travels, my boy.
Ophelia.
Whenever you're done here, come meet me outside. I got something I want to tell you before I meet father. Okay. Hamlet now wants to avoid Claudius and Queen Gertrude. Okay. Ooh, there's an event.
Hamlet.
The boy is determined to hate me. He cannot yet understand what lies beyond the veil of youth, dearest.
My son.
Hamlet is... There is such a darkness within him. I fear it may fester if we allow him to leave us. And what form that festering might take, I fear more.
My dear.
You've done right by him, I promise. What? Oh, can listen in on the... Oh, wait. Don't know why that was up in the top corner when she's down here, but okay. Oh, the queen looks busy. Let's just hold back.
Please.
And maybe you should hold back, but I'm her lady-in-waiting of House Brockenhus. She can see me whenever I like. Ha! You think your family name gives you power here? Beautiful face, but an ugly soul. That's all you are.
Spare me.
You're an old hag who needs to find a hobby outside the queen's personal life. I bathed the queen and wet-nursed her when she was a naught more than the size of these two hands. She's like my own flesh and blood. And I'll watch over her until the minute you bury me. Mark my words, Lady Brett. No lady-in-waiting or beautiful silken dress can replace that bond. Oh, we'll see, hag. There's only Brit there. I don't know where Irma was in all this.
My thanks.
That meeting, we'd been in there an hour. You freed me. Eternally grateful. I sensed you needed rescuing, even though I know you've been waiting for a return to ordinary affairs. It's refreshing, no? After the dark clouds descending on Elsinore lately. The last few months certainly have been odd. Agreed. What was it you wanted to discuss then? Ooh, suddenly music. Actually a really good soundtrack as well, I like this. You know, Ophelia, I'm gonna miss you. And you, brother.
Hamlet.
You and Prince Hamlet, you're not... anymore? Hamlet and I aren't together anymore, Laertes. I swear it on Mother's grave. Has he given you any trouble? No, he's far more focused on glaring daggers at his uncle Claudius. How long has it been since his father's funeral? A month? 2? And yet he scarcely seems to have recovered. King Hamlet could do no wrong in his son's eyes, I'm certain. No doubt Hamlet's grief has been overwhelming as of late. And Hamlet hates his uncle for marrying his mother. I see the way he looks at him. His eyes. Like a kicked dog. Angry, fuming, unpredictable. It is both proper and customary that Gertrude married her husband's brother after her husband's death. I have no idea why Hamlet's in a fit about it. It has me worried he might take out his anger upon you.
Laertes.
You needn't throw shoes anymore. Throw shoes? You remember when we were small? That one summer with that baroness and when that baroness and her children came to visit Elsinore? You mean those horrible little boys who pushed you down? Yes, when one of them pulled my hair and said it looked odd. Ah, right, I'd forgotten. I threw my boot at him. And you've been doing it ever since.
Of course.
No one pushes my sister around. Well, unless it's me, of course. They won't, that's what I'm telling you. I can fend for myself now, I promise. I'm not that little girl anymore. I'm not going to let anyone do harm to me. I suppose that's true, isn't it? You really have changed. I see something of mother in you now. She could be fierce like that. I likely won't see you before I leave tomorrow, but...
Laertes,
Father.
Now, father.
my son.
I believe you still have some things to attend to. Your ship leaves tomorrow morning, after all. You have little time to dally. You're correct. As usual, I packed nothing at all until the very eve of my departure. Better throw a few of my best doublets in the trunk and call it a night.
Farewell.
Please get some sleep. You'll need it. I thought they wanted to talk. That really wasn't, like, much of a talk. I heard what your brother told you about Prince Hamlet.
Careful.
He's right. Prince Hamlet's a poison to a young woman like you. And besides that, he's going to inherit the crown someday. It's a delicate situation, that one. I know you loved him once. I am your father. I see these things. I know ought not to be around him any longer.
Ophelia.
For another young noblewoman, things might be different. But not so for you. These matters become more difficult for you and Laertes. I'm well aware, father. We both are. But I am no scullery maid. I will not be forced to shrink from him. No, I wouldn't dream of asking that. I merely desire your safety.
Yes, father.
Of course, I understand, father.
Sleep now.
Smart girl. Sweet dreams. It's late. I really ought to sleep. Ophelia learns more about get some rest. That's pitched in such a weird way. Okay. I guess just go to bed? Oh, wait. Oh, okay, I'm the end room. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, I can, like... Ooh, quick travel. And yeah, it's still done in real time. Like, if you need to get around, like, time is still going to elapse. I didn't think you'd just be able to teleport, so... Yeah. I'd better rest a while. So little happened today, and yet my eyelids are already heavy. Maybe it's all the advice I received. It's all the things that happen in Hamlet, I think, as is my vague recollection of the events of Hamlet. And I guess she's having, like, premonitions. And we have to, like, stop everything going sour. What a strange and unnatural dream.
Hello?
Is someone there? What are you doing in my room?
Hamlet?
Hamlet, is everything alright? His death. I've seen it with my own eyes. And the traitor is my own blood. And my mother. Oh God, my mother. Worms.
And wriggling earth.
All I can see is bile and rot everywhere.
Hamlet.
Stop for a moment. What in the world are you talking about? And why are you in my bedchamber? I'm sorry. Sorry. Wait. He looked so peculiar. Something's wrong. Oh, my head feels strange. That dream seemed so real. What's wrong with Hamlet? Tragic nightmare. Prince Hamlet's madness. Cool. Boop, boop, boop. Let's learn about these things. Hamlet showed up in my room, raving incomprehensibly. He's been difficult before, but this is strange even for him. What could be causing him to act out like this? That's stamped, which I guess means it's done. Cool. We have met a whole bunch of folks. What do we know about folks? Hamlet. Recently lost his father, former king, also named Hamlet. He used to be very popular among those his age in Elsinore, with a much more cheerful disposition, but he's changed, and not for the better. Gertrude, Queen, is one of the kindest people I've ever met, and her people love her dearly. Gertrude isn't Danish, but married into the throne via her late husband, King Hamlet. As is traditional, she remarried to the king's brother after his death. Now she is Claudius's wife. After my mother passed away when I was a child, Gertrude took Laertes and me under her wing. I've been eternally grateful to her for her kindness ever since. Gertrude was born in Austria and is a member of the illustrious Habsburg family. In fact, her father is the Emperor Maximilian I. She's worked incredibly hard to learn Danish and eliminate her accent. I know she has a sister as well, who lives outside Denmark. Royal blood runs thick through her veins. Claudius is the reigning king of Denmark. As the younger brother to King Hamlet, when Hamlet passed away, he inherited the throne. It's hard to get a read on him. He's too formidable for most to talk directly. He seems comfortable in his power and wields it well, though most find him arrogant and repulsive. Who else do we meet? Bernardo! Did we meet Bernardo? Yeah. Claudius's right-hand man, the most revered soldier in Elsinore, doesn't say much, but he's been my friend since we were children. He earned his merits as a young soldier in the recent war with Norway, riding his battle alongside King Hamlet himself. After that, he quickly rode through the ranks to prominence, and he's even got the king's utmost respect. I think we met everybody else. Yeah, cool. Yes, we can talk to folks about a tragic nightmare in which I witnessed death and disaster. Hamlet. Oh, right. Oh, and then we've got categories. Okay. I guess we're going to have quite a bit of that before we're done. Ooh, peculiar tales. Ah, I borrowed this from the gallery some time ago. Oh, cool. We can read things. May Eve. How much for this is? Oh, wow. That's a lot. Let's go for it. I remember Celeste rode in the front. She was the head of the May parade, wearing a long white dress with a blue ribbon around her waist and flowers braided into her hair. No one had ever seen a May Queen half so pretty, they said. A trail of wagons tied together proceeded down the only street in town, and there she sat at the very front, skirts trailing beneath her legs, which dangled off the wagon's edge. Her feet were bare and pale and clean. Her eyes are blue to match her sash, and even I had to admit she was beautiful. I watched her go by from just outside Mum's cottage. She turned to smile at me and called out, "Anna, come dance with us." She extended her hands towards me, the bells tied to her wrists, tinkling faintly. We had been best friends once, after all. But the boys who walked to the side jeered at me. "Ugly little bitch," one of them screeched. Another tossed a stone. "Brown-toothed, slack-jawed, scruff-haired nothing." One of them came after me with a stick as I meant to break it over my back. Tears filling my eyes, I retreated into the woods, far away from the raucous sounds of the May Day parade. Everything here was dark and silent. The trees stretched like fingers overhead for a moment, and for a moment I forgot myself in that darkness. I knew not where I went, but walked with my eyes locked upon the mossy ground. There was no path. I needed none. All humans know when they have truly become lost, and so I had. It was nearly midnight, though. It was nearly midnight now, though it had been noon when I left my mother's threshold. A full moon lit my path, casting twining shadows on the forest floor. At last I came up upon a still lake, and there I prayed to the spirit of Spring herself, that great goddess whose image all May Queens were created in. "Make me beautiful like Celeste," I cried. "Make me worthy of being the May Queen too." The waters parted. A single wave lapped the surface. Then slowly the mare climbed out of the water's depths. One hoof at a time. It was a white mare drenched through, and it shook its head wildly, flecking drops of water from its mane. Surely this must be the goddess herself, manifested in mortal form. Its mane was braided, just as Celeste's had been, but with mossweed, not flowers. The mare stood before me, its golden eyes fixed upon me. At last it said, with no mouth that could move, but with a voice all the same, "Child of man, have you come to seek my aid?" "I have," I said quietly. "I want to be beautiful as Celeste." It bowed its great head to me and nuzzled my hand. I touched it tenderly, its breath on my fingers, and, flooded with sudden relief that my prayer had been answered, I pressed my face into its mane and sobbed. "Cry not, child of man," it told me. "Come into my dark waters and be reborn as a goddess in your own right. Merely climb on my back and we'll descend together. You shall be a May Queen yet." I wrapped its mane around my fingers and pulled myself up her back with all my might, swinging one leg over her sinewy side. Together we began to descend into the water. I felt the cold bite of it weighing down my skirts, my shoes, and before I knew it, the water was up to my chest. It was then I peered beneath the surface and my heart leapt into my chest. The mare was no mare, but a rotted, hulking thing, its flesh stripped in pieces from its corpse and fluttering in the water's current. The wet stink of death came upon me, and I gagged. I reached for the only thing I could grab, a branch overhanging the pond, and pulled with all my might. The creature ceased its descent beneath the water and turned upon me, its face little more than 2 shriveled eyes and a grinning skull. A name rose to my lips, a choked scream. "Brook horse!" "Yes!" the thing in the water hissed, its horse-like lips pulled back, revealing sharpened teeth. I tried to swim, but felt those teeth closing down upon my back. The moon grew small, high above the surface, fading from reach. The soft green of it all surrounded me. I sank down to the moss at the bottom. No, not moss. Remains. And the last thing I saw was that sharp, grinning smile. "You shall never be queen," it rasped, "but your bones shall be beautiful indeed." Ooh, spooky. It's certainly not a very uplifting tale. I don't know. I've not come across like a myth or legend or story of a brook horse before. I guess where some of my simpler garments are kept. I'm partial to this gown though. Also thinking it sounds like a Is that not like also the same story of a Kelpie though? Isn't a Kelpie got that kind of same sort of thing? Like undead horse made of seaweed, like, but only visible as undead in certain circumstances or something? I don't know. I don't think I missed Hamlet leaving your room just now, Ophelia.
Father.
Father, what's wrong?
You mustn't.
Only last night we discussed this. Why did I see Hamlet coming out of your chambers? Did nothing I say stick with you? Were you deceiving me? I can explain. And he was half clothed, too. If only someone else had seen him dashing out like that. I shudder to think of it. I'm going to have to speak to the king about this. I cannot hide this from him. Unless, I suppose, you can offer some explanation for this transgression.
Ophelia?
I'm sorry, Father. I don't feel well. I had such an odd vision last night. A vision? No, never mind. It's past now. I'll sleep better this evening, I think.
Be careful.
Be careful, love. That's all I ask. Carrying on like this, it terrifies me. I don't want you hurt. Ophelia learns about a future event in which the king holds court about recent events. If it can happen in this world, it will appear on the timeline. Ophelia learns about an event in which the king holds court about recent events. Okay. So that is Thursday, 6 o'clock, in Ophelia's chambers, in which Hamlet's ravings interrupt my sleep, including Hamlet. Future events are marked in blue, because Elsinore's state is constantly changing. There's no guarantee a future event will happen for certain. Ooh, we can change the events of the world. Okay, cool. So, at 9:30 at the Great Hall, in which the king holds court about recent events, will involve Bernardo, Claudius, and Polonius. But we know nothing else about this. This takes place over 4 days. Okay, so I guess, like, at the end of Sunday? Things reset? I kind of had it in my head it was, like, only 1 day, but I guess it's more. I should know. Like, I am at least familiar with the story of Hamlet. Okay, right. I don't know how... Hamlet's there, Claudius there. I don't know how quick time goes, though. We could just go and visit various folks, I suppose. Horatio's in the courtyard, Laertes down by the docks. Oh, we could catch Laertes before he has to go. Whoa. Okay. That looked urgent. That looked urgent. He had a... Where did he go? Ronaldo. I think he was going with the other guy, so... No? Hamlet busy. Marcellus busy. No, I guess people just get hourglasses over their heads when they're moving from somewhere to somewhere else. Okay. I don't know if I can get to the docks and down to the... And then back to the Great Hall fast enough. That's actually... Firstly, I have actually no idea how to get to the docks. Oh, that comes down from a path... from somewhere, doesn't it? Is that from there? The forest path? Must be. I don't know where else it would be from. It's going to be 9:30 very quickly, though. Sus, I fear I'm going truly mad. Not my prince, not at all. Try and wipe what you saw from your mind. It was real, wasn't it? I don't think I can face my uncle. I'll stay out here. Oh, it's 9:30. It is time. I think it's time. King holds court. Does it say where? In the Great Hall. Yeah, okay. It is 9:30. Things are about to kick off. Okay. Let's look at the events. Fortinbras has decided there's no need to continue the bad blood between our nations, my lord. He wishes for safe passage to Poland. That requires him to cross our lands. A harmless enough request, given his recent peace offer. In the interest of repairing our friendship, I will allow him passage. Right, my lord. Fortinbras will cross Denmark. Cool. My king, I also have a grievance. Sorry to interrupt the flow of the war chamber, so to speak, but it's a pressing personal concern.
Speak.
Speak your mind?
Hamlet.
Hamlet is acting quite mad. He threatens Ophelia's safety, and her happiness too. Oh, my poor Hamlet. I agree. He's been doing poorly as of late. But I believe I have identified the cause. Hamlet is lovesick. He's a man obsessed, and he's after my daughter. I saw him departing my daughter's room just a few minutes ago. She wouldn't tell me anything about it either. You act like I'm not in the room. Of course, I've given word to Ophelia to rebuke him, disregarding whatever dalliance they once had. As well, we know they did once. But if all of this is true, then Hamlet is in a worse state than even I anticipated. Are you sure he wasn't invited in? Not a chance. That is, no offense to young Hamlet, of course. Lady, what my father says is true. I didn't invite Hamlet into my chambers. Okay, good. At least I can defend myself here. And he seemed to be unusually disturbed. Oh my apologies then, Ophelia. When he returned from Wittenberg, I thought, well... Now, and all of that talk here, love. Interesting. There may be more to this than mere lovesickness. What do you mean by that? You and I should meet to discuss this further, privately. Perhaps tomorrow. In the meantime, Lady Ophelia, I urge you to stay away from Hamlet. Of course, my lord. A future event in which Father and the King plan to catch Hamlet, if it can happen in this world, will happen on a timeline. Okay. An event in which Father and the King plan to catch Hamlet. Alright, cool. When and where is this? Oh, yeah, that's Laertes leaving. Okay. I guess we kind of... Is it grayed out because I don't actually know about it, but it is taking place? I did think I should have gone to the docks. But I guess you have to pick one. You go to one or the other, but not both. They're going to catch Hamlet in the Great Hall. Tomorrow noonish kind of time. Cool.
Now then.
I turn to the court with a more pressing matter. My lord, I believe the possibility exists that someone disloyal to Denmark exists within this court, and they may wish to do you harm.
Spy?
A spy?
A spy.
Indeed, a spy amongst us. I have good reason to believe this threat is real. It may even be from outside Denmark. For example, though I welcome Fortinbras's request to cross our lands on his way to attack Poland, we cannot ignore that he recently threatened to wage war on us. A missing keyring, coded messages found outside the castle. These are the signs of subterfuge. We have dealt with it before. I believe the threat is not simply outside Elsinore's walls, but within them as well. Come to think of it, I found certain personal items of mine disturbed last night, after my door was bolted for the evening. If true, this is deeply worrying. We must be diligent. However, as we have no culprit in hand, I can't yet take this threat seriously. Bernardo, I task you with speaking to all those who might have further information.
Yes, my lord.
That is all. You may adjourn. Ooh, okay. Okay. I don't know anything about anything else that's going on today. That's everything for the day. We can go home. I guess we just go and sort of poke around at folks. How do I get to the forest is a good question. Does that way go out? Where does that way go out? It's the graveyard. Oof. Oh, Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. I know those names. Vaguely. Grounds. Oh, can we get to the docks through the grounds, maybe? Okay, they're gone. Yeah, I think I missed everything happening in the docks, haven't I? I think all places where stuff is happening that I can get involved in, or at least learn something, is the ones that's lit up. Diesel, my most excellent good fellow. A man of infinite jest and tremendous fancy. I don't remember how the exact expression goes, but you know what I mean. How the devil start thou? Let's try and find... The Queen's in here, isn't she? How's that fat husband of yours? You shouldn't speak of him like that. It was not an insult. Fat is happy. Fat is proud. He eats everything I make. He keeps me busy. His appetite is a compliment. You know, Norway has extended an olive branch. I'm hoping that will put Claudius at ease. A peace offering from the Prince of Norway? You think it's genuine? You're always so suspicious, Irma. Only of those who wanted to kill us in the past, or whose parents we have killed, or in this case both. It is right to be suspicious. Suspicion of everyone and everything is the only reason I survive. Okay.
Yeah.
That aside, I believe today's meal will be to your liking. The men brought home a boar from the hunt. I've also stewed some kohlrabi. I don't know what that is. For old time's sake, just the sort I made for you when you were a girl. Truly? But you know the others don't care for them. Pity. I guess you'll have to eat them all yourself. I suppose I will. Okay. I guess they're done. Out. Something's occurring over here.
Rosie.
You came? Purely to see me? Of course. So what's got you down, old friend? I mean, aside from your father dying in that awful snake incident. Bitten in the garden, was it? Guilty of being obscene. Who knew Danish snakes were such a prolific threat? Honestly. Hamlet, we truly are sorry to hear about your father's passing. Really. Let's learn about those guys. Because I don't know. I know the names, but like that's about it. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are two of Hamlet's oldest friends from the university. I hadn't met them until recently. They're both the daughters of wealthy noble families, but come from foreign lands. Rosencrantz is the louder, more sure-footed of the two women, and there's a clear imbalance in their dynamic. Something has evidently made them inseparable, though. Guildenstern appears to be the more reserved of the two, and often follows in Rosencrantz's shadow. I wonder what she's like and what she knows about Hamlet.
Listen.
It's alright. Listen, you're not being straight with me. Why are you both here? Did you really come of your own accord?
Of course. What?
Rosie, that's not true. She's got a slightly Cockney accent for some reason. I guess. What, Rosie? That's not true. What about this letter from his uncle? Shh. I see. My uncle sent you. I knew it. The dog. He's even got you two watching me now. No, believe us, Hamlet. We only came to pay our respects, not for anything nefarious.
Yeah.
Your new father seems worried about you. She's basically Tracer. Tracer in Hamlet. This works. Hamlet now wants to avoid Lady Rosencrantz. Hamlet now believes that Lady Names shouldn't have Z's in them. Rosencrantz. Lady Rosencrantz wants to impress King Claudius. Cool. I feel his current event is interrupted by a sudden interlude. Oh, my head won't stop throbbing. Oh, I feel something's... Oh dear, this won't do. I don't know who that was. I don't think we've met them yet. Oh, thank goodness.
Father.
What happened? You had a fainting spell. You've been asleep. We're fortunate someone saw you collapse and raised the alarm. Who? Some travelling thespian. Peter Quince, his name was, I think. He had to perform a play for His Majesty. Oh, you must be more careful. I've called for the court physician, but I don't know how soon he'll be here. If something worse had happened,
Father.
I'm alright. I feel perfectly fine now. And how wonderfully grateful I am for that. If you see that Quince man, you must thank him profusely. I believe he's putting on a performance in just a few minutes in the Great Hall. If you dress and go now, you'll make the start of it. That will be an opportune time to express your gratitude, don't you think? I'll be there. I got to attend to His Majesty, but please don't overtax yourself. I beg of you. Peter Quince's performance. Performance is about to start. I wonder if that's the man my father mentioned.
My lady.
Lady Ophelia. So terribly good to see you in the land of the living. I must express my most sincere thanks to you, Sir Quince.
Please.
No, sir. Peter Quince, the one-man thespian, at your service any time, my lady. I'm passing through to put on one of my performances for His Majesty's court. When I saw you collapse earlier, you gave me quite a start. Were it not for you, I'm not certain what would have happened. It is rather disarming when one's mortal coil fails one, isn't it? Indeed. On that topic, have you been to Elsinore before? We've had performers at the castle often, but I cannot say I recall your face. I've visited now and then over the years. It is unfortunate I have never made your acquaintance. Coincidence, perhaps, or fate. Now please, you must excuse me. My performance is about to begin, after all. But if you ever find you need assistance in your endeavours, please do find me. And what endeavours might those be? That's neither here nor there. Suffice to say, there are fascinating things at work in Elsinore Castle. The machine which has been set in motion can no longer be halted. Not now. It will be frightening at first, but then everything will become clear. And then we shall speak further, you and I. He talks like he knows something. Okay. Those guys are in the gallery, but this is also going off here. But everybody's just chilling outside. I guess they're coming in here, right? Yeah. So we've got a couple things we could be looking at. I guess we'll watch the performance.
Welcome, one and all.
Thank you for coming, lords and ladies. I, your humble playmaster, have arranged a most magnificent show for you tonight. And with my many changing faces, I aim to please all who look upon me. So without further ado, a tale of tragedy and woe.
The murder of Gonzago.
Golf clap. I don't think we've seen this one before, have we, my love? It's not familiar to me, no. I, for one, am thoroughly excited. Ratio, keep a close eye on Claudius. Watch his face for me. Certainly, but why?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Our tale, my friends, takes us to the fair city of Vienna, where King Gonzago and his wife Baptista are not so happily wed. My king, let us count 1,000 journeys of the sun and moon again before our love be done. Oh, my love, I must leave you soon. My form is weak and frail, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind. I'm doing voice acting of a guy who's doing voice acting. Like, this is stretching what my brain can cope with. But never fear, a new husband you shall find. Oh, confound the rest. Loving anyone else would be treason in my breast. The only women who can love a second husband must surely have killed the first. Naturally, Gonzago's evil brother Lucianus has something more sinister in mind. He plans to steal his brother's crown for himself. Ah, none of you shall sit... That's very Waluigi. Ah, Waluigi! None of you shall sit upon the throne but Waluigi! Lucianus poisons his own brother as he lies sleeping in the garden. Die, you old fool, once and for all! What do you call this play again, Goethe? I cannot recall.
Oh, my dear.
The queen comes across the body of her dead husband. My love, king. My love, my king. Please awaken from your slumber and hold me. My love, why are your lips so pale and your cheeks so white? Oh, he's dead. What is this performance? Who organized this? Hamlet, stop the performance. You can't do this. Wait. Shh, here's the important part. Suddenly that just clicked for me. Okay, right. Now, as king, the evil Lucianus swoops in to retrieve his prize, the queen.
Ooh.
Come now, Queen Baptista. To the altar we must hurry. I protest, I'll never love you. But, milady, how can I ever love another after Gonzago? What do you think, mother? The lady protests too much. I need to leave.
Claudius.
I feel ill. I need to leave now. Cancel the play.
My lord.
The entire play? Now. Well, that was odd. Hush, Horatio. Everyone, we'll have sweetmeats served in the grand hall shortly. Nothing to worry about. I knew it. Did you see his face, Horatio? I'll take that spirit's word for £1,000. I saw it too. He's gonna run off. I'm gonna pursue him. I have to know the truth, one way or another. For some reason, Claudius was deeply upset by that play. Claudius becomes upset, but will recover overnight. King Claudius no longer wants to placate Hamlet. King Claudius now wants to avoid Hamlet. Yeah, okay. Like, how much of this, like, actually ties into the events of actual Hamlet? I presume most of it does, but, like, I don't remember, like, these details. I should at this point stress that, like, my entire experience of Hamlet is not through, like, either me pursuing Shakespeare of my own accord or through my schooling. It is literally Ryan North's choose-your-own-adventure version of Hamlet, which is, it includes amongst its many branching paths a faithful story of, you know, Hamlet, written in a more modern style, but nonetheless, like, the events remain true to the actual narrative. There's definitely a lot of other weird choices in there as well, including a pirate fight. There's definitely a pirate battle at some point, which I think was in the book, but it was just like a throwaway thing. It was like, oh, and Hamlet got in a pirate battle and then came home. It's like, that's about it. Like, Ryan North went into a lot more detail there. So yeah, like, Hamlet arranged a play to try and make his uncle feel guilty for marrying his mother. In order to try and, I guess, prove that Claudius murdered King Hamlet, which Hamlet suspects he did. I think that's how this went down, right? King Claudius, Queen Gertrude, and Ophelia now believe that the play targets Claudius. Ophelia learns about an event in which the king seeks salvation. Everybody's rather busy though. Let's go and find where they ran off to. Went to the chapel, okay. I don't know how to do this. Are you even listening, Lord?
Oh, my offense is rank.
It smells to heaven.
It smells to heaven.
Oh, is it? So some bits are like way more voice acted than others. You don't know much about Hamlet? Cool, okay. I'm gonna blunder through knowing only the vaguest broad strokes about it and little snippets of detail that I vaguely recall from the Choose Your Own Adventure version. Which, I mean, I feel like if anything was gonna set me up for playing a time-looping version of Hamlet, it would be the Choose Your Own Adventure version of Hamlet, right? And also, I'm very down with modern gamified adaptations of classical literature. Like, more of that, please? Like, if people want to do choose your own adventure versions of, like, let's have the Iliad. Let's go with the Iliad. Tulkas would be well on board with that as well. Let's choose your own adventure Iliad. I am not a talented enough writer to make that happen. Ryan North is the only man who could ever write that. He's a very, very talented writer. Even if you can't forgive me, I can't bear this alone, not anymore. Ophelia learns more about Claudius coming undone.
Killed him.
I killed my brother. The oldest crime, and the worst. The castle believes it to be a snake bite which froze his blood as he slept in the garden. But when I poured that poison into his ear myself, I remember the feel of it in my hands. I don't deserve anything of his. Poured it into his ear? Like, what a way to administer poison. Not slipped it into his food, I poured it into his ear. It was a fast-acting ear poison. I don't deserve anything of his. Not this crown, not my wife, none of it. I know it. I know I was wrong. But in that moment, it felt... Oh, you know my heart, don't you, Lord? I could see no other way out. I need salvation, yet I am beyond salvation. All those who murder must go to hell, so your divine hand has written. Is it even possible to save my soul? How can it be? Is it really true?
Murderer.
So you murdered my father, eh? Now you die for it. Whoa! Vila learns more about his madness. And King Claudius. God, please save me. Save me from myself. Surely you didn't forget me when you made me Lord. If I kill him while praying... He's a lunatic. He confessed to murdering my father. I should kill him. But if I do it now while he's praying, he'll go to heaven. Really? Is that the rules? just like, what if you're just constantly praying, then no matter how you die, as long as you die while praying, you go to heaven, right? That seems like that's an exploitable loophole. Just sort of always walk around with your hands together in prayer, just in case the worst happens. Ooh, you're going to see Twelfth Night. Twelfth Night's a good one, actually. Yeah, I did study that at school, and we did, in fact, get taken to see a play of that as part of the, like, educational system. Yeah, Twelfth Night's pretty good, actually. And I did see a performance in a park a while back. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the kind of comedy ones. Yeah, Twelfth Night and... Macbeth were the two we did at school. Hamlet, I only know of through Ryan North. Romeo and Juliet, I only know because it's so thoroughly famous, I guess. Like, it's that's the thing I guess everybody kind of knows about. And it was... I think it was Midsummer Night's Dream I saw in the park, actually. There's just like, as I was going through the park once, they were like, oh, and we're putting on a performance in the park of Shakespeare. I was like, okay, I'll sit here for a few hours and watch Shakespeare, why not? Yeah, it seems like a way to spend a late summer's evening. Fine, cool. So Shakespeare in the park it was. That was cool. Yeah, Shakespeare in the park's cool. I need to be more of those. I would like... I want to see As You Like It. I don't know anything about As You Like It. Is that's a comedy one, right? I think. Yeah, I can also imagine, like, whether... influences your enjoyment of those a lot. Like, it is super sweaty and gross around here right now. If someone was like, do you want to sit in the park for 2 hours and watch actors? I'd be like, I've got other preferences at this point in time. The weather needs to be right for that, yeah. Oh, I can't do it. Hamlet no longer wants to investigate King Claudius, he wants to destroy King Claudius. Good to know. We got lots of hearsay. What's wrong with Hamlet? King Claudius killed King Hamlet. There is a spy. Peter Quince's performance. I had a nightmare. I could rekindle the flame of our relationship if I wanted. Oh, fair enough. Do we want? I'm not sure we do. Oh yeah, updated information. He murdered his older brother, the late King Hamlet, covered up the crime. He clearly carries an enormous amount of guilt over it and hasn't been able to find a way to confess. It's not even clear to me whether his wife knows, though she surely suspects. So, as far as Claudius coming undone, maybe if I got to know the people close to him, I'd find out why he would do that. The only person who trusts in the world is his wife, King Gertrude. There's a spy, and... Okay, Hamlet's actions and plans seem to have borne fruit. After the play, King Claudius confessed to God that he was the snake who killed Hamlet's father. Revelation was stunning, but Hamlet was strangely unsurprised. His actions indicate he already knew. Where did he get the information? Okay. Are we done here? I should go. I'm going to be ill. I can't stay here. It's the middle of the night. I tried to stay asleep, I really did, but I just couldn't. Not after what I saw.
Claudius.
So King Claudius is a murderer, and no one but Hamlet and I know. Everyone suspected he'd killed his brother after King Hamlet's sudden death. And yet, Hamlet must have worked with Quince to put on a performance he thought would get Claudius to confess. But he didn't kill Claudius when he heard his confession, though I feared he might. Come to think of it, Claudius might come after us now too. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I'm afraid. What if things get worse? Oh. There is something going on in the docks right now. Oh, it's ended? Wait, what? How was I supposed to get to that fast enough? Oh, I suppose I could have fast traveled, couldn't I? Oh, something involving Lady Brit, because she's just left. Hi, Lady Brit. What are you up to, sneaking around at the docks at 4 AM? What actually are you doing at 4 AM? The heck? You up to no good. Okay. Ooh, okay. I can just bust into people's bedrooms. Oh, the school performance of Shakespeare's are interesting. Yeah, when I worked in the theatre some years back, we had like a group, a whole big school Shakespeare festival thing. I had to do like the lighting for it, I guess. Like a bunch of us did, and they were all pretty mediocre, honestly. I think I got Hamlet again, so it's like I still didn't actually learn any new Shakespeare from it. I just got one I was already familiar with. Yeah. There was mostly what I remember about that. There was like some kid. It was like he was like 17, but he was like well over 6 foot tall, and he had the deepest voice in the world. And it was like, "You're not 17. You're like a deep-voiced giant. That you can't be 17. That's a school. You're not a school kid. Stop pretending you're a school kid. Like, this is weird." Right. Father. He's not here. Strange. Ooh, okay. Everything weird's going on. Ooh, Hamlet's not here. Oh, of course Hamlet got the pawn hanging outside his bedroom. He's unusually upset. I don't think he'd listen to anything I could say right now. He's just... It's 5 AM. Ooh, dramatic music. It's 5 AM in the morning. I've joined you in your room in the middle of the night. You've got nothing to say about that. Ah, found you. It's early for you to be wandering out like this. I couldn't sleep. Do you need something? Well, something unfortunate has happened. What is it?
I'm sorry, Ophelia.
I am deeply sorry to be the one to tell you this. Your father has passed away. He was involved in an altercation with Prince Hamlet.
What?
Father? How? You're saying Hamlet killed father? Hamlet wasn't in his right mind, Ophelia. He was raving, insane. I've never seen him like that. I'm so sorry. It happened in the Queen's private chambers last night. I wasn't there to save him. Oh my God. Father? Why was my father in the Queen's chambers? How did all of it come to pass? At this time, my lady, I have no information.
Sorry to trouble
Apologies to have to come to you like this so abruptly. I felt certain you'd want to know. Please take me to see him. We have not been able to find the body as of yet. Hamlet has gone and hidden it somewhere. My men are searching as we speak. I think Hamlet himself is undergoing a complete break from reality of sorts.
He was a good man.
Your father was a good man. This was a horrible tragedy. Nothing you might have done would have prevented this.
No!
That's not true. I saw it. I saw him die by Hamlet's hand in my dream, Bernardo. And I did nothing. I could have saved him, but I thought it was only a dream.
Ophelia.
It was just a dream. Dreams aren't reality. Whatever vision you saw, it was just that. All this. I feel like I'm going mad. What am I to do now, Bernardo? I just want to be with Laertes. I need my brother. I know, Ophelia. I know. I'll do my absolute best to bring Laertes back to Elsinore by tomorrow night. And for what little it's worth, I am deeply, truly sorry. You and I have both known Hamlet all our lives. Never did we think him capable of murder. At the end of the day, I am the one wearing the armor. It was my duty to protect your father, and I failed him. Come, I have to break the news to the rest of the castle. Ophelia now believes Hamlet killed Polonius, learns about an event in which Hamlet presses his mother on Claudius's actions. Okay.
I bring news.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for disturbing you. There have been some troubling circumstances. The castle is in a state of emergency until my men are able to investigate thoroughly. Lord Polonius died very suddenly last night as part of a deeply unfortunate accident. He died at the prince's hand. What? Oh, that boy.
Now then.
My men and I are still uncovering information about the event itself. Ask for your compassion for Lady Ophelia and Lord Laertes in this horrific time. Lord Polonius served the castle faithfully all his life. Whatever particulars surround his death, let us remember him as he was, a stalwart advisor to His Majesty Claudius and to King Hamlet before him.
Ophelia?
I'm so sorry. This is rotten, all of this. Is there anything I can do for you? Anything you need?
No.
Just send word to my brother, please. It still hardly feels real, Horatio. Be kind to yourself today. Give it time. And back to business as usual. That's just a bit weird. It's like, and we're over it. So, Leeds. Bernardo just delivered the news. Father's dead. Hamlet killed him after the play Friday night. I'm having trouble processing, believing that it's true. So much I would have done differently if I'd known this was how it was going to end. I'll miss you, Father. Events currently occurring in the forest and the Great Hall. Mildly curious. Who's actually... Oh, Gertrude and Horatio have gone to the grounds. We've got... Okay. We'll see what this one does. I don't want to be over there. They're not starting until 9 o'clock. Yeah, there we go. There's nothing that can be done now. Hamlet must be separated from us, from everyone, for the safety of those around him and of himself.
My ladies.
Lady Rosencrantz, Lady Guildenstern, I'm ordering you to go to England with him.
Of course.
Of course, my lord. Hamlet's gone nutters. Can't blame you. Hush, Gilda, for God's sake. His father died. Can't we be appropriate? Fine, I suppose so.
Farewell.
Off you go, my good ladies. The ship sails soon. Okay. Everyone left rather hastily, it seems. It's weird that isn't there like a fountain there? Did that just not like appear or what? I'm sure there's a fountain there. I had to go find where the others went. Ooh, mysterious person in a mask. I bet it's the playwright guy. He wears masks. See, there is a V. I don't know. Could be V. He's got the Guy Fawkes beard going on. Lady Ophelia. Who's there? I am sorry for what I must do. Who are you? For whatever little it's worth, you are innocent of this matter. Denmark as it stands must now fall. It must fall, and you are the lamb whose blood must be spilled. So you're the spy the king warned about. You are real. The king is so abjectly useless, he cannot even whiff out an enemy in his own court. I didn't want to hurt you. Not really. They'll never know about this, of course. They'll think you drowned in the end. Louts. No! Game over.
Stop!
No, please.
Back in my own bed?
But how is this possible? I know what I saw. Someone definitely killed me.
Ophelia.
Hamlet?
His death. I see it with my own eyes, and the traitor is your own blood. What? I knew you were going to say that. How did I know? Have I seen this before? Everything's gone upside down. I need to get out of here. I can't breathe. I can't think. What is happening to me? My head's not pounding anymore. Okay. I have to find out who the spy is. Okay. I mean, the timeline goes through to Sunday, I think, but I guess, like, I have to resolve that, otherwise I just, like, end of Saturday's end of it. I don't think I missed Hamlet leaving your room just now, Ophelia.
Father?
Only last night we discussed... Is this real? I can assure you, young lady, it most certainly is. This is so strange. Everything's happening all over again. I know I've done this before. Time is somehow repeating itself. I'm being given a second chance. And that means Hamlet will murder father again, just as it was in my dream. Someone's after my life too. There really is a spy in the castle, and that person wants me dead. I can change it. I have to.
You mustn't.
No mumbling. Speak clearly. How many times have I told you?
I know.
I know. I'll be careful around Hamlet. I promise, father. I promise. I'm somehow being given another chance to survive. I could change my own fate. I should tell someone about my impending demise. But whom can I trust? Mumbling. Right, sorry. Okay. Cool. You can use the clock to fast forward time. Try holding down the clock to fast... Woo! See how that works. Cool. Yes. Alright, so we got events. So, we got... Why is there a skull there? What's the significance of the skull? Oh, that means I wasn't there for it. Okay. Okay. Although, like, all three of those are the same event, but I was only not there for one of them? Oh, no, this is Saturday. Oh, timeline of loop 1. Oh, okay. And then, oh god, each loop's got its own thing. Okay, so I can see what I actually attended last time. Bernardo seeks me out. Oh, I guess the red line is I got killed at that point. Right. Why is the skull there, though? Right. So the next loop, we start at Thursday, right. It doesn't feel like we went through that many days. I'm just trying to piece together, like, what events I know occur and what will occur. I guess some events will change based on what you've done, so, like, there's not going to be a consistent timeline you can refer to. Each loop does have its own thing. But we can also refer to this and see which things we missed and get to them to see them this time to learn more information. So, at 6:30 till 8:30 on Thursday, which is like now, Horatio and Gertrude talking in the grounds. The king has his conference there whilst my brother's leaving. I should probably go say bye to my brother instead. Gertrude and Irma catch up. I was there for that. That's about Peter Quince. What is this? Oh, that's when I passed out. Oh, I see. Alright. I felt like time had gone quite quickly, but of course there were like some fainting spells and stuff that skipped a bunch of time. I guess I assumed that like resumed shortly after. I didn't realize like when I fainted it picked up kind of the same time on the Friday. I just lost like an entire day. Okay. So, to the grounds. Ah, let me just... Can I just tell it to go to the grounds? Go. Yes. Quick. Yeah, that's an easier way to do it than actually having to, like, play the game. I haven't beaten to it.
Horatio.
Good morning, Horatio. Are you well this morning?
Of course.
Of course, always up for a walk to lift the spirits. You're the only man who'll take me for a stroll these days, Horatio. It's as though half the time these days my husband is concealed away in his chambers, lost in thought.
My queen.
My queen, these walks are a treat. Your beauty is so great that when people see us out, I look handsome just standing next to you. You flatter me. Say, Horatio, I know nothing about you. Have you ever told me of yourself? My late husband often spoke of your prowess on the battlefields, but what before that? Wait, they go out for walks all the time and they've never, like, chatted?
Oh.
There's not much to tell, my lady. I'm but a poor foot soldier. Then I followed Hamlet to Wittenberg for a time. I didn't care much for the area, I'm afraid. No offense to your Bohemian heritage. No offense taken. I consider myself Danish now. But where were you born? Italy, your highness. Italy? What? So far from here? What is it like? Italy is hard to describe. Loud and hot and at once brimming with quiet beauty. My father was a spice merchant in Venice, originally of Calicut. He sailed the route and took me with him often when I was a boy. It was in Calicut he met my mother. But their love was brief, her pregnancy was a secret, and they were unwed. After I was born, my father absconded with me to Venice to save her reputation. How sad for your mother, don't you think? I wouldn't know. I saw her just once or twice when I was a boy. She married off to another man. After that, father and I never saw her again. But my father loved me dearly. What of your life after that? Venice, India, Denmark? You've travelled perpetually.
My lady.
Why, my lady, my secret's the key to my charm. It's just a lot of nothing anyhow. I prefer my life these days. Venice holds certain painful memories for me. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, regardless, I'm glad you're here. As am I.
Goodbye.
Well, I guess we learned some more about him.
My lady.
Oh. Lady Ophelia. Okay. Hi. It's so terribly good to see you once again. Especially after what transpired last time. Do I remember you? Thank goodness I'm not going insane. Time is repeating somehow. Everything's so strange. First that horrible dream and now this. And your father's death and then your own. Surely the vision you had showed you such a fate. How do you know these things? Did you cause them to happen? Are you some sort of sorcerer? No, I didn't. I mean you no harm, Lady Ophelia. I merely aim to offer my assistance in your journey. Just as I did for His Majesty King Hamlet once. Is my vision a portent of the future? Will my father's murder continue to come to pass? And someone's going to kill me too, aren't they? Who can save us? Who can protect us? Who indeed, Lady Ophelia? Unfortunately, this is a road which must be travelled alone. It is a lonely one indeed. I look forward to watching you discover the solutions for yourself. But I aim to not leave you entirely defenseless. I'm here to provide assistance if you have further need of me. Okay. Where is he? Down there. Quince is somehow stuck outside the flow of time like me. He's offered his assistance in solving my way out of my own quandary. I hope I can ask him about anything I might encounter. Okay. I thought he was pretty weird. Right, so Hamlet, Marcellus, and Irma. Are they... I don't know. Why haven't I seen that? I haven't seen that, have I? It's highlighted. There must be a thing. Oh yeah, this is literally just before they go inside. They don't really actually say anything useful. Timeline. Oh, my brother's gonna leave, like, soon. There he is. Laertes. Yeah, go to the docks. Nuts to that. They're just having a bit of a chat before they go to the meeting. I don't need to know about the chat. I mean, maybe if I was there, like, right at the start of it, they might have had something useful to say. Don't know. There we go. He's getting ready to say a thing to somebody about something. There's no one else here. Is he just going to have, like, a monologue?
For Paris.
Well, looks like it's time for me to depart. This castle has been good to me these long few years, but fairer places await. I can imagine the ship waiting out in the harbour now. Always dreamed one of these ships might sail for me. Your trunks have been loaded, my lord. Shall we board the longboat? Yes, I think that's appropriate, Reynaldo. Goodbye, you loon. Don't dig yourself into a hole too deep. I'll miss you too, Brit. Goodbye, sister. Be safe. To Paris, then. Bye. I guess that's that. Ooh, okay. I guess the grayed out ones she, like, cannot talk to them about. I don't think Lady Brit cares about this. I don't really think Lady Brit particularly cares that I have a nightmare either, knowing what I know about Lady Brit. Or that I'm frozen in time. Talk to her about the spy, maybe.
Brit.
I've heard the news about a spy in Elsinore. What do you know?
Oh, Feely.
As much as you do, Feely. I must admit, Claudius's constant paranoia gets tiresome. I don't know how the Queen stands it. Powerful men can be so odd. Have you heard the news about the King of England? Some say he's madder than Hamlet. He even had his pretty young wife killed in public. With the way Claudius has been carrying on lately. Anyhow, isn't it Bernardo's occupation to worry about such things? Bother him, why don't you? Okay. I don't need to talk to him about anything. Quince, can you help me with anything? I don't know. Like... Tell me about your performance. Are you looking forward to performing again in Elsinore? Of all the places a man can perform, none are so impressive as a royal castle. Of course, none are so hard to please as a royal court. Why mock the wrong face, and you're sure to lose a limb or three? I come here as often as I can. Each time I seem to find new inspiration. I've seen your performances. They are rather on point, aren't they? I can almost swear they're about real people. Oh, I do strive for believability, yes. I have my own patented technique. I could share the secret if you like. You should see some of my newest material. This humble playwright's opinion has a rare novel quality, I think. Is that an invitation? Meet me in the gallery after my performance is concluded, and we'll talk. Ooh. Okay. Cool. That's useful to know and to have. And what's going on then? That's Hamlet and Horatio in the Royal Gallery. Have I been to that one? I think I did. Okay, so so even my conversations are recorded on the time loop. Interesting. So last time around, I think we did all of this, yeah. King holds court. Laertes departed, we missed that, but caught up on that. Gertrude and Irma, we caught that. Rosencrantz Guildenstern meet, yep. Then I passed out. And we are somewhere around Horatio and Gertrude. King holds court. Actually, you know what? No, I haven't. Quick. Yeah, go to Hamlet. Just, yeah, go to him. Yeah. Quick. Is this the quickest way to get there? Okay. Okay.
My prince.
What are you reading, my prince? Nothing. Just words. Words.
Fascinating.
Certainly one presumes so, unless you become illiterate. But do tell me, words about what? Meaningless drivel. This author thinks old men have wrinkled faces and grey beards. What does he know about anything? He says that He says they prattle on and on and on, thinking they are wise when really they have no wisdom at all. And weak thighs at that. I find the notion odd since old men could be as young as I if they only walked backwards like crabs.
There is a method to this madness.
The boy is insane, or is he simply mocking me? Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. What did you say?
Farewell.
I think, my prince, I should take my leave. Ah, good. There's nothing I'd rather see you take, except perhaps my life. He's getting sulky. He's a right attitude on him. Why did I date him again? If anybody can help me, you seem like someone I can confide in. Help. Someone's trying to kill me off, but I don't know who. Oh, I love a good thriller. I'll play your sidekick.
Ratio.
Horatio, I'm not trying to be funny. Oh, I thought we were sort of play acting. Really? Whoever would want to kill you? I don't know. No letter with mysterious wax seal? No threatening silhouettes outside your bedroom door? Well, it was someone. Did you catch what they looked like? No, and even if I did, I've no idea if it was someone I knew or a stranger. Well, that does it then. You'll just have to wait for this antagonist to make another appearance. If they do, surely Bernardo can dispatch them with one swing of the sword, right? In fact, you should go tell Bernardo of this. Watch him turn white as a sheet. He takes these sort of things so seriously, bless him. Good call. Where is he? Well, the Hamlet's up to something outside. I'm in danger.
Listen.
Someone's trying to threaten my life. What? Who? I don't know, but they are. How do you know? I don't have proof, but let's say I had an unnerving experience which made me doubt my safety. I can add more patrols to the night's watch if you're worried. But Ophelia, you're a noble woman of the court and relatively unthreatening. Who would want you dead?
Please.
Bernardo, please. Haven't we known each other long enough for you to believe me? Well, if it will bring you comfort, you should know I've been asked by the king to meet with anyone deemed suspicious or threatening. You should know I've been asked by the king to meet with anyone deemed suspicious or threatening to the... Oh, right. The sentence just didn't make sense in my head for a moment there. Yes, it does. No, it does. I should know I've been asked by the king to meet with anyone deemed suspicious or threatening to the throne. If you sense someone's acting strangely, ask them to meet with me. I'll speak with them further and identify whether or not they're a danger to you. It need not take the form of some solemn meeting. I'll keep it to a lightweight chat of sorts.
My thanks.
My eternal thanks, Bernardo. That's all I wanted. Okay. Acquire the information. Bernardo... Oh, right, so I can, like, go to someone and say, hey, Bernardo wants to speak to you. Alright. Bilius, one of the guards. Right, what is currently occurring? Oh, that's that one. Who can we talk to about stuff? Let's go to King Claudius, why not?
Hamlet!
Oh, no, it's alright. You carry on, I've been there, done that. And this is the steps in the statue thing that seemed to be missing before. It totally was. Like, I really want to... Like, I guess time's cyclical, so, like, if he has me murdered for outing him for murder, then, like... I just want to know what happens if I come to him and say, hey, I know you killed him.
My lord.
My lord, I now know that you murdered your brother. So, you intend to, what? To threaten me in public? My lord?
No.
No, if you really want to speak about it, let's speak in private. I'll tell you everything there. Yes, the truth. I'll even have Bernardo accompany you for safety if that puts your mind at ease. Ooh. That went better than expected.
My lady.
The king has requested your presence in his private chambers. I am to indicate that this is not a request you can deny. Oh, is this about my conversation with him? Yes. Might yet have not gone well. I don't know. Wonderful. You've come. Firstly, thank you for coming right to me to dispel such an insidious rumor. Your behavior befits a woman of your standing, and it is appreciated. Now, leave us, Bernardo.
My lord.
My lord, I don't think that's wise. Did I ask you to speak? No. Go. I won't. I can't. Do you want everyone to know the truth about you? I'm sorry, Ophelia. I'll leave you two alone. What does he know about him? Unfortunately for you, it's no rumor. It's true. I murdered my brother. I poured poison into his ear as he slept. How you learned it is no concern of mine. Everyone thinks him a hero, but I know the truth. I know what he really was. A monster, like my father before him, and like me. All we beget is monsters, this family. Like Hamlet. All we know how to do is hurt. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But now I am the last monster alive.
Claudius.
You need to come clean. Tell the rest of the castle. At the very least, Hamlet and the Queen. They deserve to know, don't they? You poor idiot girl. That won't be happening. It'll be a rather a nuisance to have you disposed of, but one I must suffer nonetheless. Yeah, that's sort of what I expected to happen. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly where I saw that one ending up. Cool. God damn it. Okay, so now I need to find out Bernardo's secret so that he doesn't get ashamed into leaving me during that confrontation. I think. I don't know. Like, I just need to go have a good old chat to Bernardo. Get to really know the real Bernardo.
Ophelia.
I bet he was just going to out him as being gay, which, you know, during Shakespeare's time was probably just a bit of a no-no. That's probably it.
Hamlet.
Again. His death, I see it with my own eyes, and the traitor is... So it's repeating again. What? Why am I still alive? I thought... No, I know I died. Yes, there's certainly something strange going on. I must go. Yes, I think you should. If things always begin like this, I'm going to be seeing quite a lot of Hamlet, aren't I? You can now reset the time loop at any time. Press the scroll button to open a menu where you can restart the loop. Oh, interesting. This will save the game, reset the loop to Thursday morning. Ophelia will remember all the information she's learned, but everything else will reset. Cool. Suicide pill button. Don't think I missed Hamlet leaving your room just now, Ophelia.
You must.
Only last night.
No.
Hamlet accosted me, but I drove him out. Everything's all right, Father. I must share this with the king, unless you have some further explanation of it. I just gave you the explanation. At least she's got him down like pretty quick fast. Like just shut down this whole any kind of issue that there might be there on that one. Bernardo! Let's go find out if Bernardo is harboring some deep secret. Yo, Bernardo, Oh, see, when he said, I know your secrets, and it came up in bold, I thought that, like, I'd opened up something on here. Bernardo, you're someone I know I can trust. I believe Hamlet may act in violence against my father. Can you protect father from harm? And where do you believe this violence may take place, precisely? In the Queen's private chambers. Hamlet has visited his mother's chambers 100 times before without issue. Why now? What could have changed? What was he thinking? Why do you believe him to be a murderer now?
Please.
I can't explain it, Bernardo, but please, in all the years we've known each other, have you not learned to trust me? If we'll put your mind at ease, I will ensure no one comes to harm in the Queen's chambers. You have my word. Thank you. Thank you eternally. Okay. Hamlet presses his mother on Claudius' actions. Cool. Right, useful to steer that way then, I suppose. So... that happens early Saturday morning, right. Which is when Polonius is there, okay. I guess Bernardo wouldn't otherwise have been there. He will be there now because I've asked him to be there. Interesting, okay. I kind of want to be... if possible, I want to be there myself, because I want to know what, like, situation led to Hamlet murdering Polonius. Like Guildenstern and Rosencrantz involved in anything at this stage? I don't think they are. I'm going to go talk to Irma. Have a morning chat with the chef. She's looking a little busy, but you know. She seems like she can help me out with this nightmare. I had a strange nightmare where I saw the royal court killed. You as well? Have you been having nightmares too? No, but the queen, she has so many. I brought a cool cloth to her last night to calm her down. She was in such a fright. She may be grown, but she's as much my little Gertrude as ever. She comes to visit me nearly every night, but never tells me the contents of her fitful and bloody dreams. Ooh. Okay. Learns about an event in which Gertrude comes to speak with Irma. Is that the one I already intercepted earlier anyway? Okay. Is that a thing? I guess royal family? No, okay, it doesn't actually add anything to it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if I just, like, send random people to Bernardo, like, I can go and listen on their conversations. Interesting. Oh, cool. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let's look at some characters. Some of them were like, oh, they've only recently moved here. Wasn't it her? Oh, no, 3 years. Horatio. I don't think he's a bad guy. Irma won't be. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern doesn't seem likely. He's pretty weird, but he also seems like he's some sort of weirdly removed from all the goings on in politics. Shoot, what if I told Hamlet to go? I mean, I don't think he's the spy, like, but he's the only one around here that's acting really weirdly. I don't think anyone we know is particularly actually the spy. Brit's an ass, but, like, I don't think she's, like, actually plotting, you know, murder. Who could be a murderer amongst these? Let me go to... Where is Hamlet these days? I don't think I've ever spoken... Have I spoken to Marcellus at all? Oh man, this is a long way around. Oh no, they're gonna get busy now. Wait, Marcellus, talk. Hey, Marcellus. Oh, no, Marcellus is the old guy. Right, yeah, of course I know Marcellus. What if I just go around telling everyone that Claudius killed King Hamlet? Marcellus, I don't believe King Hamlet's death was an accident. I think he was murdered. You're sounding just like that crazy ghost. Ghost? Oh, sure, we saw the spirit of King Hamlet up on the walls, all angry like. It spoke to us, wanted vengeance, the usual. But no, I don't believe it. You spoke to King Hamlet's spirit, but this is too far-fetched? Sure, if I don't believe you, I get to keep my job and conscience. And the only person that ghost seems interested in haunting is Hamlet. Okay, well that's definitely a thing. Okay, sure. Cool. Marcellus. What is wrong with Hamlet? Hamlet came into my room and accosted me, seemingly mad. Do you know why? Ophelia, horrid things are afoot here. Like what? I've been commanded not to say. If you follow Hamlet, he may lead you to the answer himself. It's strange. The last time something like this happened, well, it didn't end well for poor Queen Astrid.
Queen Astrid?
Queen Astrid? I know I've heard that name before, but why do you say that? I shouldn't have said anything. Still, I pray that Hamlet's state doesn't get any worse, for all of our sakes. I think there's something in the library about Queen Astrid, potentially. Thinking about it. Okay. Hamlet, tell me about... Okay, no one wants to talk about mysterious Queen Astrid. He'll know a bit about ghosts.
Hamlet.
I've heard you're seeing spirits, Hamlet. What can you tell me about the spirit? Where can I find it? Don't you think me mad? Of course, but not because you talk to ghosts. Tell me, have you reported any of this to the king yet? No, this is between us. How can I take your word? I'm afraid to trust you, Ophelia. You must have learned this information from some of my closest companions, men I trusted to keep their silence. If I can't trust even them, how can I speak of it further to anyone else? A murder among kings is one thing. Rumors have run wild these last few months about my father's death. But a spirit, a vision, is something else entirely. You could have my reputation shattered. My uncle would be all too gleeful over it. Prove that I can trust you and I'll tell you how to meet my father's ghost. That's ridiculous, but fine. How? My mother keeps a diary in her bedroom detailing her every thought. She writes in it often. If the ghost is telling the truth, then that diary might have the proof we need. She's always been fond of you. You can get into a room, find it, and we'll talk. But if you tell the king, not even God himself can save you. Okay. Now I really want to tell the king about Hamlet seeing ghosts. Because I want to know what that's about. Ophelia, Polonius, Laertes. Where's... That's Hamlet. Where is the Queen's Chambers then? Oh, okay, they're up here. How do you actually get to these? Let's find out. Oh yeah, autopiloting. Oh, it's up the conical steps. Yeah. Oh, I have not been up here. Locked. Who would have access to Gertrude's chambers? Irma. Probably the only one who would.
Irma.
I need access to the Queen's personal chambers. Can you help me? I have a key. What need do you have of it? I'd just like to take a quick look around. Something I'm looking for. Rummaging around in my lady's chambers? Ha! Guts, but no tact. Everyone knows you're too curious for your own good, my lady. Isn't there something I could do for you in return? A favor of sorts? A woman who strikes deals. Not too few of those around. Yeah, I'll bite. I'll be known to gamble now and then, but the cowards who play with me are too delicate to play my favourite trick taker, rough and honours. Instead, they stick to only the games they think they can win. Round up my card partners, persuade them, and you'll have yourself an exchange. Not to mention if the guard captain sees me rousing up his men for immoral behaviour, he'll be furious, the pious lout. That'd be Horatio, Marcellus, and good Lady Brit, of course. Okay. If you tell them all I want to strike up a game, come back here. Only then shall I unlock the room for you. Oof, this is turning into quite a quest chain. Okay, right. Let's find these folks. Marcellus is there. Probably shouldn't do that right in front of Bernardo, but hey. Want... Oh, Horatio, literally right here. Wait, it was Horatio, right? Yeah, let's say Horatio. Hermes asked me to invite you to a game of Rough and Honours. Oh, music to my ears. We've been playing that awful Italian one, Run For. I introduced it to the men and they won't stop clinging to it. I told them it's a dreadful game. Well, I suppose I have to gather every penny I own so I can lose it all to her. Wait, I haven't got a cent. That's right. You don't have any money? When one is an expert in the art of acquiring free meals, one wants very little in this world, my dear girl. There's been a lot of flashing outside my window. I'm kind of like, is there a siren going off, or is it just... I don't know, there's a lot of flickering outside that's just like really distracting me there. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the world is ending. That would make more sense. Lady Brits. Yep. Let's go to her. Yo. Ella wants to play a specific card game with you, Rough and Honours. The last time I played that one with that witch, she destroyed me so badly I was drinking out of coin for 3 months. I don't know what's going on with her voice, but she's normally like... I don't know. She's a voice that I can't do. The last time I played down with that witch, she destroyed me so badly I was drinking coin for 3 months. So is that a no? Are you kidding? Of course I'll play. Now it's my turn to bring her to her knees. Okay, cool. Everyone's addicted to gambling. Who else? So we had Horatio and... Oh, not Bernardo. Not Polonius. Where's my mang? Marcellus. That's my mang. Bye, brother. Have a good trip. I almost requested your presence to card game. Rough and Honours, I believe. Aha! Time for a rematch. If she breaks out the trick deck again, I'll wring her neck, though. That's everyone, I think. I'll have to let Irma know when she's next available. Cool. Alright. Where is Irma? Still in the kitchen. Stood right next to the queen. Like, oh yeah, can you give me the queen? Keys to the queen's quarters? Hi, queen. This card game you mentioned, it's unpopular with the others?
Yeah.
Correct, Fraulein. Oh, once they come to see it as I do, though, I'm certain they'll throw aside Run for and Triumph and see the light. That old man Marcellus is asking for another defeat. My fingers itch for gamble if I go without too long. Oh, okay, I guess it's just, like, because I've done it, there is just a event now. So that card game... Where does this come to pass? Oh, right. Future event Thursday in the kitchen, in which Irma agrees to unlock Gertrude's bedroom. Which is very soon, actually. We are currently, what, 1 o'clock? And they said that she would open it at... in an hour, basically. Woo.
Now then.
Okay. I should update Irma on the card game. I'm sure she'll be pleased. There we go. That's what we wanted.
Oh.
You say they'll be there for the game? That's what they told me. Most excellent. Time to break out the old liar's deck. Irma never plays a fair game of cards. Wait, what about the key to Gertrude's room?
Yes.
It's true, a deal is a deal. Truth be told, I never keep that old thing on me. I stash it in the shrubberies by Gertrude's room. You can go fetch it yourself. I have cards to play. Woo! Let's go break into the Queen's chambers. Hi, Queen. Irma maintains these plants herself. I guess it's her hobby. Aha, and here's Irma's key to Gertrude's chambers. Locked. And now it isn't. Key meet keyhole. Hi, Lady Brit. Just, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I guess you're the lady in waiting. Oh, I guess you would have access to this as well. That makes sense. Do you know anything about Astrid?
Brit.
What do you know of King Hamlet's mother, Queen Astrid? Astrid? Oh, that's awfully specific. Who wants to know? Just me, sheer curiosity. My grandmother knew her well. She attended court when Astrid was growing up. They're about the same age. I don't know what her voice is. That I can't stick to anything consistent for her. You've heard of her? Of course. Unlike some women here, my pedigree runs deep. She didn't really die of childbirth, you know. That's just the nice story they tell. What's the truth, then? I've simply got to laugh, Feely. Here you are asking me for answers when your dear old father's biggest Astrid expert of us all. Ooh, interesting. It's Gertrude's diary. I'm right here. Hoping to open a little diary? Oh, don't worry. I've already read the whole thing, obviously. You don't have that privilege. Get out before I report you. Right, can't have a look while she's here. You wanna go or something? Well, sure. No, don't you dare come in. Okay, he's not coming in here. That's fine. It's Gertrude's diary. Okay, May 2nd. What is that number? 1535 is what that is. Tonight, my husband seemed distressed. At first, I thought he was missing our son gone to Wittenberg, but as the night progressed, he seemed to grow old before my eyes. He seemed broken somehow. When the second course was served, he collapsed whilst raising a toast. Ironically, a toast to our health. I took him on my shoulders and bore him out of the great hall and up to his bedroom myself. As I lay him down in his bed, I noticed tears in his eyes. I tried to comfort him by kissing his forehead, but he pushed me away. "You will betray me," he rasped. "You will always betray me. Every time. You cannot do otherwise." He collapsed into something like sleep and then would not answer my questions. When I returned to the party, our guests were concerned, but Claudius stepped in to assure them. "Everything's all right," he boomed in his loudest, most regal voice. "Everyone, drink more. Don't take your health for granted." Then he turned and offered me his hand. "Now, I think a dance with the Queen will restore some life to this party, don't you?" he said, smiling at me. It was as though I were the only woman in the whole world. In all my time married to Hamlet, he never once looked at me like that. That evening, when all the guests had gone to bed, I found myself outside my bedroom door, saying my good nights to Claudius. "I don't want to go to bed," I told him, laughing. "I want the night to continue. Stop the dawn." "As you wish, my queen," he said, and kissed me. I was surprised at first, and yet I wasn't. I kissed him back. He pulled my bedroom door shut behind him. Surely I, too, deserve some happiness in this world that has been so cruel to me. Don't I? Oh no, Gertrude. This is the information Hamlet wanted. Let's see what he wants to do with it. Okay. Where is Mamang? Yo, sulky face. Oh, he's pretty busy right now. What is this? Oh, I missed this before, I guess. My lady, if he treats you cruelly tonight, he won't. But if he does, will you not see to it that he is disciplined? He needs a mother, not a militant leader. Very well, I shall have the servants set the table. Hamlet must be... I would quite like to have learned more about that one. I've just caught the tail end of an event here, haven't I? Never mind that Hamlet's like here in the room with them as well. Oh, it's dinner. Oh, I missed this. Because this was when I was unconscious before, right? Irma, this is wonderful. As always, my dear.
Of course.
Of course, love. Yes, many thanks, Irma. You've made my wife a happier and plumper woman during these hard times.
Hamlet.
Aren't you hungry? My appetite fails me. Perhaps it's just a stench on the wind blowing in from the graveyard. Oh, Hamlet. Idiot.
Boy.
Enough. Sit up straight and look at your mother when you speak to her. Or what? Or I'll have to teach you discipline at the tip of my blade. You ought to have sent me away while you had the chance. Not until his madness you expressed has subsided. Then we'll all be waiting a while for my behavior to become pleasant, I expect. Are we done? Oh, I'm not. The fair.
Hamlet.
I have reason to believe your mother had an affair with your uncle before your father's death. I came across a diary of hers. She wrote about it extensively.
What?
No. Frailty, thy name is woman. My father would have done anything for my mother. Claudius was a satyr next to his Hyperion, Ophelia. My father desired such a gentle world for her that he would have kept the winds of heaven from visiting her face too roughly. Before the slippers she wore to his funeral had even been broken in, a funeral where she followed his body like Niobe, all tears. She was already marrying him, my uncle, such dexterity to incestuous sheets. Nothing about this is good, and it must never come to good. She should suffer for what she's done.
Hamlet.
Hamlet, be reasonable. My father's spirit claimed he had been murdered. He told me that my mother was unfaithful to him when he still lived. And if we now know that's true, it must be true as well that my uncle killed my father and covered up his crime. I was planning to just kill him, but knowing the both of them are equally complicit, I have something special in mind for the both of them now.
Please.
Think carefully.
No!
The time for that has passed. Now I only want revenge for my father. On her and him. Tomorrow I'll make my move when everyone is next gathered. You must be there, Ophelia. You must bear witness to all this. Then I'll take you to meet Father Spirit, and you'll understand why it had to be this way. This won't end well. No. Well, my thoughts on that too. Hamlet shatters and will not recover. Hamlet now wants to destroy King Claudius and Queen Gertrude. Cool. Excellent. I shouldn't have gone down this path. Ophelia learns about a future event in which Hamlet unveils the truth before the court. If it can happen in this world, it will appear on the timeline. The spirits. This will be in the journal. Do we ever get to meet the spirit? I want to chat to a ghost. Oh well. What do we know now that I can do? Oh, let's have a look at this timeline. So, Hamlet will unveil the truth before the court Friday evening. Unlikely event. Oh, an event. Oh, okay. Actually managed to deter this event from happening. I presume it could potentially still be put back on track because it says unlikely. A group gathers to play cards. The card game probably won't happen anymore. For some reason. Okay, cool. So, that would keep Polonius alive quite nicely. Which would be nice. Speaking of which, where is he at? Because he knows about the mysterious queen, what's her name? No? Oh, the castle's past.
Father.
What do you know about Queen Astrid? Oh, no, that's a name I'd sworn not to speak again. Was there some ill omen about her death? Your mother was wonderfully faithful to Queen Astrid during her service. She served as a handmaid in the same way I advised King Alexander.
Miss her.
Thinking of your mother is painful. I'm going to visit her grave soon. Won't you come with me? Perhaps then I could find the courage to talk about what happened. I'm sure your mother would be smiling in heaven to think of you visiting.
Of course.
Certainly, Father. I'll be there. Hey, let's add another event. And we got a little bit more about Queen Astrid's memory. It says that's updated. It kind of isn't. There's still all we've got on that. Oh, okay. Prince Hamlet's madness. Cool. And we've actually resolved that by determining why he's gone mad. Because he met a ghost. Cool. Ticked that one off. Cool. I guess once we've got the information, we can just deliver that. Like, and we don't have to like repeat all the events each day. Otherwise, that would just get messy fast. And so if I want to like steer things on this course, I can literally go to, I can go to Hamlet on day one and go, "Hey, I read the Queen's Diary." That's it. Cool. Can we talk to Irma about that? Also, when is that other event? When are we supposed to be going to the graveyards? Oh, like literally now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we should do that. Yeah, let's go to the graveyards. Kind of wanted to talk to Irma about disciplining Hamlet. Because that seemed like a fun conversation to have, but hey. I guess we've not been out here before. Christopher L. Morrow, urge no more words, I have no more to say. There's poetry in that. Oh, that's Mother's grave.
Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia, you're here. Do you know what today is?
Mother?
I'm not certain what you mean. Judging by where we are, I'd assume it's got something to do with Mother. Today marks the day your mother and I were first wed. She was close to your age then. We were so wonderfully young. I wish I could remember my own mind at that point in my life. Everything was so clean and simple and matters so easy to sort through. Do you ever miss your mother? I think so.
My love.
You were so small when Elise died. Hardly able to move on your own. And sickly too. She was terrified she'd lose you as she lay ill. She handed you to a nursemaid instead of continuing to feed you. It likely saved your life, though it brought her immense pain to do. I'm lucky then. Your mother was the light of my life. When she left us, my life... Well, I have you and Laertes. Were it not for you two, my world would have gone completely dark. For many years, there was nothing would ever make me smile again. My hair grew white, my hands feeble. I felt I needed her to live. You were the spitting image of her. Sometimes, When you were small, I could hardly bear to look at your face. It was too painful. But I know she'd be so terribly, terribly proud of you and Laertes. That's what has kept me alive these many years. I'm sorry to ask now. What do you know about Queen Astrid and Mother's relationship?
Queen Astrid.
Your mother was close with the Queen during her service to her. Certain events transpired which no king since would want to come to light. But you could read about them if you so desired. How? There's something I've never told you before. Something you won't like, I think, and your brother would like even less. But it's the truth. When she took ill, King Hamlet ordered her put into one of the sanitariums on the southern coast. You mean the ones far from here? She died like that? The king was not kind to her, and would not let her convalesce within the castle along with the rest of the noble affiliated victims. He never treated her with kindness, though he was kind to other noble women of similar rank.
I see.
Because she was foreign-born, you mean? Yes. Her only crime was being born into a world that could not understand her worth. The guard captain at the time, Bernardo's father, was ordered to prevent me from seeing her. The king feared I would take ill too and leave him with no advisor. I wasn't able to say goodbye.
Mother.
How could someone do something like that? If she'd been in the sanitarium, she might be alive. We both knew when we fell in love that it would end like this. It could be no other way. I'm a man of the present. I don't like to remember. Painful memories tend to linger and grasp at us far past their right. But if you were so inclined, she left behind some notes composed at the very end of her life. Where? When she died, some kind soul sent her belongings back to me on a ship. But it was simply too painful for me to dream of looking through them. They're located in that shack by the docks. They're locked off along with the other belongings of those who fall to the plague. You'll need to find a way in. Hardly anyone in the castle will go in there. It's a bad omen. But you're as sharp as your mother was. I'm sure you'll find a way. Okay. That was some stuff. I mean, like, it wasn't clear exactly what afflicted her until right at the end when he said it was the plague. Wait, what year was the plague? I'm not up on my history. I mean, I guess there are other plagues, but when someone says the plague, it's usually the plague, right? I'm gonna have to kill the music a second while I Google that because I desperately want to know. That was 1347 to 1351. This game is set quite considerably later than that, because we know the dates in the diary were 1530 something, right? How old? How old was Ophelia's mother? Okay. Ophelia learns more about Polonius. Okay. Characters. So we'll work on this. Nothing super fantastic and useful and novel there, I guess, other than that he's a really nice man. Got nothing more on Hamlet since. I miss you in every waking moment. It's my mother's grave, Elise. She died before I can even remember. I know Father loved her a lot. I will, leave him to it. Right, where are folks at this point in time? Are there any events unfolding at this moment in time? Just this. And then we wind up in Friday. Oh, I guess this is all like... I mean, I guess I should just go to bed or something? Or... Oh, wait, no. Lady Brit is... The guards... Something's going on in the guards' quarters, something's going on in the royal gallery. I think the guards are probably more interesting. And also, I've told nobody to go to Marcellus yet. Which, no, wait, the other one. Oh, this is the card game. Oh, okay, this is it. But they've just finished. God damn it. So is she. Ah. Oh, I missed it all. But yeah, I haven't told anyone to go to Bernardo yet. This isn't the card game, is it? I think that was just a card game. Okay. Could we find... Let's go to Hamlet. He might be busy. It's a very good chance he's busy. Wait, no. There are events. Oh, the Royal Gallery's still going on. Cool. Yeah, let's go there. Aha. Finally, some peace and... Brit? Oh, wonderful, it's you. Can't I guard my art in peace? Wasn't aware you had such a connection to the Royal Gallery. You're not aware much, really, so that's not surprising. What brings you in here, then? I enjoyed the excuse to be in here, away from the noise. Things are so emotional in the court lately, you'd think royalty would be raised better. You mean Hamlet?
Yes.
Yes, don't you hear what he says about you? It's always, Ophelia said this, and Ophelia said that, and get her to a nunnery, and the like. He can be so tedious. I often come here simply to escape everyone, you included, obviously. For what it's worth, I like to hide away sometimes too. Would that we were born men, Ophelia, and had nothing to hide from.
Beautiful.
Look at these beautiful works. Nothing about the artist's will is hidden. He paints beautifully, every expression exquisite in its uniqueness. The colors are incredible. It's as though he's reaching through the frame to grab you by the hand and say, I cannot be ignored. I've never looked at these paintings that closely before, I suppose. I sit here, a golden idiot, idling at the Queen's side, and I brush her hair, and I listen to her chatter, and it's all just useless. If I were born a man, I would paint and fight and run free, and I would go as far as my feet could take me. Anyhow, no sense telling you and all that. Be gone. De-summon. How do I banish you? Oh, never mind. I'll go. Bye. She seems, unusually distressed. I wonder if anyone else in the castle knows why. Okay. King James, I believe, a gentle king who's well respected in his time. Portrait of Queen Gertrude was painted while she was just a little older than I am now, on the first day of her wedding. Lady Edith, often called the Brilliant. She was renowned for her great intellect and keenly inquisitive nature, not to mention her morbid sense of humour. When I struggled with Latin as a girl, my father often jokingly told me to come down here and ask this portrait for advice. It's the late Queen Astrid. That's who I was looking for, actually. I thought there'd be something on Queen Astrid around here. Hamlet's grandmother. Come to think of it, I've often heard about King Alexander, but nothing about Queen Astrid. I wonder why. How peculiar. Alright. I guess we've seen most of what's going to occur this evening, potentially. Oh, that's good now. No, let's just chat through the night to people who are milling about for no useful reason. Bernardo summoned you now. So, Hamlet needs a firm hand. Truly, he's incorrigible. The boy must be stopped. If not by me or my lady, then who? Okay, that's, nothing useful, I guess. Right. So, Hamlet's... I think he's probably flagged as pretty busy right now. He's just having a good old sulk, but, like, when isn't he? Can I talk to him at all? Oh, I can. He looks devastated. I don't think there's anything I could say at this point. Okay, stolen portrait. It's Hamlet's father and his namesake, the late King Hamlet. Come to think of it, I noticed a blank space on the walls in the gallery. Could the king's ghost really be haunting this castle? Okay. Oh, wait, there's... Even Polonius has got stuff going on right now.
Burn.
Another one to ashes.
Father.
What are you doing? What's best for Her Majesty and for Hamlet? With everything that's going on, precautions must be taken.
Stop!
Father! Ophelia, you couldn't possibly understand what these documents contained. Burning these papers is a blessing to the one who wrote them. Someday I hope you will understand the everlasting dedication I bear to this royal family. This is the depth of it.
No one must know.
If you tell His Majesty about this, it'll be my head. There are some secret strange notes written by King Hamlet. Okay. Polonius a character of multitudes, huh? How about that? My father is so loyal to the king that he's still keeping secrets on the king's behalf after King Hamlet's death. I worry it's going to bring father nothing but trouble in the long term. What?
Father?
Father, I know you're burning some secretive documents in your room. Can you explain why? I expected never to speak of them again, and now I won't. Those horrid notes are gone forever, and good riddance. Love, please don't tell anyone about what you saw. Please, it could mean my head. Interesting. Oh my god, is something actually going on at the docks right now? It actually is. We are getting no sleep tonight. It's 4 AM, but never mind. Let's go to the docks and see what's going on there. Because it's lit up blue. There's no one even there. What actually could be happening? Oh. You're here. Who?
Ophelia.
Oh, Feely, you gave me a fright. What brings you down here? I like to leave the castle when I can. Call it a break of sorts. As you well know, Gertrude seems to frown on courtly women going to town too often, so I come here instead. Oh yes, I know all about that. What of you? It's 3 in the morning. Want you to be in bed? Are you planning to sneak into Hamlet's? Never mind, I don't particularly care. Good night. Okay, what was she up to? Hey, the shack. I was supposed to go to the shack. This old shack is older than I am, but not by much. This is where all the plague victims' things were stored, including my mother's. I can see nails coming through from the other side. It won't budge for my weight. I need someone stronger. Who might want to help? Should I, like... Everyone's in the grounds right now. Should I actually go to bed? I should probably actually go to bed. Ooh, wait, can you pet the doggo? A sprightly little dog. I wonder whom it belongs to. You can pet the dog! Get that on the Twitter account. Better rest my head a while. Get a couple hours. Don't know how long you do actually sleep for. Oh yeah, it was a couple hours. It literally just takes you to 6 AM the next day. What is this room? I didn't even own the walls. Marcellus is up on the walls. I didn't even know you could get up on the walls. Alright, let's set out for a fresh day and see what events unfold, I suppose. Have I got anything I want to tell anybody? I need to start sending people to... Oh, yeah, there is something going on up here. I need to start sending people to Marcellus, otherwise I'm just going to get stabbed by a spy. Quite soon, actually. Kiki, are you... Nope. What is the event? There's something unfolding here. Horatio! Okay. Oh, this is just their morning...
My lady.
It's just their morning
My
walk,
lady.
isn't it? I think. Didn't they already go for... Yeah, Horatio and Gertrude have a heart-to-heart. Okay, so... They do this every morning.
Of course.
Yesterday I spilled all my secrets to you, my queen. Are you going to return the favor? He wants to know about me. Is that so surprising? No, it's just... I've never been asked before. Where to begin? When I was a girl in Bohemia, my father, the Emperor, once told me I would be one of the most powerful women in the world. And he was right. He sent me here to Denmark when I was just a girl. I grew up here between Copenhagen and Elsinore, betrothed to Hamlet's father. Followed Hamlet everywhere. He was all I knew for a time, the only friend I had. He and Claudius, his brother, and my elder sister Margaret.
Now then.
My elder sister Margaret stayed behind in Austria. She's very powerful now, with land all to her own and armies at her beckon. I suppose this is all a very different life from the one you've lived. I hope I'm not offending. On the contrary, I find it very interesting. What became of your sister Margaret? Do you speak to her still? Margaret was everything to me when we were young. I loved her more than life itself. When I came to Elsinore, I wrote her letters every day, and she wrote back, sometimes. But it was always to encourage me to cease contact, to study more, to love my new country and forget Austria entirely. Eventually she stopped responding entirely, and I haven't seen her since. I missed her. I still dream of her sometimes, of us, playing as children again.
I see.
I'm so sorry, my lady. How perfectly awful. I've never had siblings, but I can imagine. It is no matter. All the love I had for Margaret, I've poured into my husband and son. I hope they have appreciated it. Okay, learn about a future event. Is that just because it's every morning now? We've realized that they do this every day. See you tomorrow. Okay, so it says learn about a future event. It's not on the loop. So no, I'm trying to think. Have I averted my murder? But I don't think I have. Well, I've got a little time before Hamlet spills the beans and ruins everything. I guess morning briefing. This is still a bit that I was unconscious for the first day, so like you miss all of this first time around. Oh wait. Something's going on in the chapel. Ooh. Oh, while we're here, let's go to Hamlet's. Let's grab him. Where is he and what's he doing? Oh, where has he gone? Oh, he's talking to Quince. Oh, okay, this is a conversation. If I have your permission, Quince, I have some suggestions for what play to perform tonight. Something appropriately sobering. Something reflective. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to add a line or two myself. I'm told I'm quite handy with a goose quill. Dun dun dun. But of course, my lord, I would not dream of denying you a voice. And I do so love a guest writer. What have you brought me? Here, the script. The murder of Gonzago. Fascinating. Yes, I think we can work with this. But won't your dear uncle the king be upset? I certainly hope so. Speak the speech, I pray you, or the tongue. I will, sir. Hamlet is shattered. Oh, I guess I can't, like, talk to him at all whilst he's, like, shattered. You know what? Quince, talk. Hi. He is a weird guy, and he is a new arrival, isn't he? Bernardo would like to meet with you privately, and also he does like masks. Yeah,
Please.
sure. Bernardo would like to meet with you privately. Could you report to him, please?
Of course.
If the good card captain wishes it, then so may it be, of course. Hee hee. Yes, okay. Cool. When's that gonna happen? Now? Oh yeah, literally right away. Cool. Just follow him. Quince, is it? Well met. I've heard a lot about your work. And I about yours, my good man. Hee hee.
Now then.
I'm certain you're wondering about why you were summoned here. Oh, not so, not so. My people find it quite ordinary to be under suspicion, in fact. Perhaps you even think me to be one of those spies the king is so concerned about. And if I do, what have you to say?
Never.
Now, I tell you, my good man, that the health of Denmark is foremost in my thoughts. In fact, I've concocted a lovely plan to out the real spy, if you're so inclined. A plan, eh?
Who?
You see, my performances can rouse certain strong feelings in all who attend. Or I'd say, put on a performance that highlighted this spy, any cloak and dagger type without a heart of steel would quickly turn heel, I think.
I see.
I've heard word of your performances having such an effect. If it becomes necessary, I'll call upon you to do so. In the meantime, you are free to go. I believe your plea of innocence. Interesting. I thought he was just going to have a friendly chat with them. Like, that quickly went to, like, are you the spy? Ooh. Gertrude. What's current? No, it's not Gertrude. It's... Oh, wait. What are they doing in here with Irma? Well, I guess this is more. You guys having a chatty chat?
Hello.
My lady.
How are you getting by, my lady? Are your spirits high?
Oh.
I'm managing all right. Nothing I can't handle. Do you have any more of that kohlrabi? Things have been sort of trying these last few weeks, but eating these brought me a comfort that everything might be all right. It felt like I was a girl again. Hamlet acting up again? Yes, I'm out of ideas. If you need to borrow one of my spoons, I give you my blessing. I'm sure you could put it to good use. Could even help straighten out the prince. I'm still hoping it's just a phase. I'm sure it will pass. But your offer is, as always, very kind. Oh no, what were you talking about? You were talking about things! I missed it. There's a lot happening this morning. You really have to pick and choose, like, where you're going. Oh, are you guys having a chinwag over here? Yeah, you are. I think Hamlet's being simply terrible. He really is in some sort of state. He's suspicious of us. He must know what the king asked of us. Or maybe, do you think he's still upset with me about the way things ended between us? I thought you handled yourself like a perfectly godly woman. You couldn't be upset. Me? Godly? Well, I suppose that makes you my angel. Now that you mention it, though, perhaps we ought to speak with Hamlet. Or we could do what we do best, avoid all men and drink to our own renewed health. A very compelling argument. All right, then. I'll bring the wine if you'll find us a little grassy patch somewhere. I'm sure when Hamlet's in better health, we can show him our friendship is no less true. I like those two. Yeah. I like them. Okay, Royal Gallery, or there's the I think I caught... Oh, shoot! No! This is the big event! I should definitely be going in there. Oh, this is the one where he, like, outs everybody. My food looks like it was pushed around by a pig's snout. It's insulting.
Hamlet.
Oh, Hamlet, how can you be like that?
Quickly.
Quality is not in its appearance, but it's my taste, my lord. Well, Mother's dinner has been well plated. Only mine looks like it's been stirred up. Here, if it truly bothers you so, I'm more than happy to switch. Fine. See? Delicious. You treat me as if I'm a child. In the scheme of things, you are. I detest you utterly. You know that, don't you?
Dearest.
That's the strange thing about motherhood, darling. You may despise me more than anything in the world, but I will love you ever still. No amount of anger or rejected dinners can take that love from me. So it would seem. Is this... Oh, yeah, this is Hamlet unveils the truth before the court. What was cancelled? This was... Oh, this was the Quince play's been cancelled. Oh, okay. That was literally just dinner time. Okay. It's showtime. Everyone, thanks for your ears. I'm pleased to inform you all that there will be a special show tonight.
Hamlet.
Hamlet, what exactly do you think you're doing?
My dear.
Yes, my dear, what's this about? It would ordinarily be rather difficult to top one of Sir Quincy's excellent performances. But I assure you, listeners, that my mother's activities of late are a far more interesting drama.
Wait.
What is this? I finally have the proof I need.
Mother?
It's all contained within these pages, Mother. For the rest of you, in summary, for all her faith, my mother is not faithful. She gave her body to Claudius while my father was still living. No, that's not... Hamlet, stop. Now.
Claudius.
Not only that, but Claudius had some hand in my father's death. No, not his death, his murder.
Hamlet.
Hamlet, you're making no sense. My love, please stop. You mean you had no idea anyone would find out? That's what this was about, isn't it? Keeping it hidden from me? My father's death was no accident. You two planned to kill him. Admit it.
Please.
I beg you, stop this now.
Silence!
How dare you? You would tell lies like this in front of my court? In front of my wife? Draw your sword. Only if you promise it'll be a fair fight, usurper. No, please. The law of the kingdom is that treason is punishable by death or by cutting of the tongue. Naturally, I prefer to do things the old-fashioned way. That's if you win. Yes, if. I'll be glad to avenge father's dignity against you then. Certainly no one else in this world has.
On guard.
Alright, Hamlet, on guard. Bernardo, you'll oversee the duel.
My lord.
Are you sure this is wise? Your nephew. I did not ask for your advice. Hamlet, you still have time to stand down. Recant what you said. This is between him and me. Leave us.
Please.
He's my friend, my lord. Please. He's embarrassed my wife and he's embarrassed me.
Bernardo.
Interfere, Bernardo, and I'll have you duel him to the death in my place.
No more of this.
How could it all... Is this really happening? Let's begin. I'm not afraid anymore. On 3. 1, 2, 3! Well, that didn't last long. No. No. Hamlet! It is done. My baby. My only son.
My love.
Come here. Let me dry your tears. Like...
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you literally just stabbed her son. Like, I don't think you're the person for her to be turning to. Don't you dare call to me. Don't even touch me. How dare you?
You killed him.
You murdered our son. Not our son. My son. Okay, we can never talk to her again. Well, isn't someone going to follow her? The death falls hard upon her, my lord. Perhaps...
Stop.
Stop! The rest of you handle his body. I'll follow her. Queen Gertrude now wants to destroy Queen Gertrude. Oh, okay. King Claudius now wants to destroy Hamlet. Kind of managed that. I think he did that. And everyone else knows that she cheated. Knows about a future event in which Gertrude despairs. I think that's now. I know father ought to perish on Friday evening by Hamlet's hand, but circumstances have changed. I wonder if something's happened to Hamlet then. Could it be... Could I actually saved father this time? I feel as though I need to see him.
Father?
Ah, my heart, come in. Thank you. You tore me from most troubling thoughts. What happened to Hamlet? It was horrible. Though he was no son of mine, I've known the boy since he was born. I couldn't help but think of you and Laertes, of what I'd do if you came to such an end like that. It was horrible, Father. But Hamlet had changed. If he hadn't been struck down, he would have done something worse. I have to hope you're right. When I cannot sleep tonight, I'll try and hold on to that. In times like this, all one can do is appreciate the living who remain. You, for instance. On that note, what have I done to warrant a willing visit from my daughter? Whatever it was, I hope I can replicate it for future visits. Father, I can't believe you'll only think me insane. What were you thinking about before I came in? You looked worried. Oh, the sorts of idle things an old man dreams about when he begins to contemplate the end of his life. Namely, your mother. Were she still here, what she'd think of me, of the way I've lived my life. I've served the throne faithfully so many years. Sometimes I look around and wonder what all this unflagging allegiance is worth. And I wonder if your mother would be proud of the way I've raised you, and Laertes. Or if she'd wish we'd left Elsinore long ago. I know she'd be proud. You've done everything you could, Father.
My love.
You know, Ophelia. Sometime in the future, I've been thinking I ought to take you to summer somewhere outside of Elsinore. Not now, but perhaps in a year, when we've made you a suitable match and you're intended to be wed. When this Norway nonsense passes and it's safe out there for you, I, and Laertes will leave these walls a small while.
Yes.
That does sound nice. Father, I know it doesn't make sense to you now, but I'm glad you're alive and well. I thought I'd lost you. Maybe forever. And I was so scared. Lost me? I am right here.
Look at me. Don't
Don't
cry. Why would you fret? I'm here.
Oh, this is all voice acted. For like none of it up to this point has been, but only like one or two words here and there. And there's 2 full lines there. Okay, I guess I'll shut up. No, I won't. He all he got was 2 full lines. Such weirdly intermittent voice acting. Like, I guess like they want to do like the important bits, right? Because like there's so much that they couldn't do everything, right? But like the bits that do get done are just like 2 lines? Okay, you could have done the whole conversation, right? No? Alright. I'm not going anywhere. Not for some time yet. At least.
It is time.
Unfortunately for now, I must ask you leave me be. I have some rather distasteful planning I need to complete, and some duties to attend to. For all the prince's ills, I would never have wished this on him. May his soul rest in God's good arms.
Farewell, Father.
Then I'll leave you be, Father.
Ophelia?
One last thing. If something like this ever happens again, and I don't survive, I want you to have something of mine. It's a key. It opens a chest in this room containing my most private belongings. I keep it on me at all times. This chest cannot be opened by any other method. It contains things which could cause people in this castle no small amount of grief if uncovered. If I ever perish, I want you to take the key from me, to open this chest and burn everything inside it. Do you understand me? He's safe in this world, but he won't be safe in the next one. Of course, Father. If that's what you want. I understand. Farewell, love. Sweet dreams.
I did it.
Father is alive and well. Though, it was not without a price. But at least for now, my father is alive. That's what matters. I'm not going to be able to save Father every time. I know that. There's so much that needs to be done. And his death was only one small part of my nightmare. But no matter the cost, being able to change his fate this way, it's a victory, albeit a small one. Even so, I won't live much longer now. Unless I find a way to stop whoever's killing me, Father and I can never survive together and live on. I'll just be returned to the beginning again, and Hamlet will still be a threat to Father's life. I've got to find someone who believes me about this assassin so I can plan further. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's Friday night. It's party night. Night on the town. What was happening before we went to that event? They were off chasing the queen, wherever she got to. She's in the graveyard. There's a cat as well. Cat as well as a dog. This game has everything. She looks devastated. I don't think there's anything I could say at this point. Okay. Is the king gonna come? There's actually very few people in the grounds at all. I don't know. Quince. Let's go talk to Quince. Yo, what do I tell him?
Quince.
Someone wants me dead. I've come seeking your advice. A most precarious predicament. I've seen your funeral, you know. After you're dead and the worms have gotten to you, they'll have to fish your corpse out of the river, already prey for maggots. Lovely. Well, if you're of no help, I'll be on my way. Now, I was getting to the point. You can be so impatient. At your funeral, 2 men jump into the grave and fight over who loves you the most. Your most passionate admirers, Hamlet and your own brother. And of course, failing those 2 clowns, I suspect a man of the law could keep you under sword and guard for a bit. That's a lot of options. What do you recommend I do first? Why, I often turn to the art to solve such a dilemma. Performance can provide great catharsis, you know. If it rings true with a particular member of the audience, it can inspire great change. I could share the secret if you like. You should see some of my newest material. In this humble playwright's opinion, it has a rare novel quality, I think. Is that an invitation? Meet me in the gallery after my performance is concluded, and we'll talk. Okay, I think we already knew about that event, to be fair. And also, like, he's not going to perform now. Hamlet unveils the truth before the court. Oh, yes, that is the skull, I guess, is just a death. And there was a skull on a page before that didn't... I'm not sure what that tied up to in terms of deaths, though. Unless it was... Oh, it might have been Polonius's, I suppose. Is anything else happening tonight? It's all gone quiet now. Oh, no, there's blue. Let's go to the Royal Gallery. Blue is happening. You just having some alone time, like usual, staring at the paintings. I'm here to annoy you again. You know, the usual. Who are you? That's Lady Astrid. Queen Astrid, even.
Oh.
Astrid. Queen Astrid. Such a sad, longing face for a queen. Such beautiful colour work. True artistry.
Ophelia?
Yes?
Is something wrong? You've got to come quickly. I believe the queen is a danger to herself at this moment. She needs you. She's in the graveyard.
Let's go.
Take me to her. I wonder if I could replicate this technique. Who are you talking to?
You?
Not you, Feely. Dares to be accosted? Why are you here? I love those somehow. I think that's kind of a weird bug to do with this sort of interruption thing. Like, it's just smushed 2 conversations together. Like, you've got to come quickly. The queen's in danger. But let's talk about art.
Right.
You sound lonely for a girl who has the company of the queen herself. Yes, well, the company of a queen means very little. Ask Astrid herself. Alright, you can't, because she's dead. I guess that's all we get of that.
Gertrude?
Look at me. I can't. What's going on? She had that one line there from her, like, his weird, almost vaguely Scottish accent, and now that's immediately just got stuck in my head. Now I feel like she's Scottish. She has been like this mute since, well, I think she's supposed to be more German than anything, but that one line when she said, Gerda, it just sounded so Scottish. She has been like this mute since, well, she's been like this mute. She won't speak to anyone. I can imagine not. She's just lost her son. Is that Ophelia?
Ophelia.
Ophelia. He's dead. My little boy is dead. And he died hating me. I saw his face. How can that be possible? How could the little boy I poured my heart into want to hurt me so much? They bore him barefaced on the bier, and in his grave rained many a tear.
Lady.
I'm so sorry, my lady. This is all my fault.
It's useless.
It cannot be your fault, my sweet. I hoped you would be my daughter in marriage some day. Now that day will never come to pass. My lady, we shall all reunite with our departed loved souls in heaven above. Until then, we shall pray for the boy he was.
Good night, sweet prince.
May he have been led astray in the end. He may have been led astray in the end, but we'll remember him as he was before.
Gertrude.
It had to be done. I killed him for you. Why did you run from me?
You!
Ophelia, please don't let him near me.
Claudius!
Not another step, Claudius.
No.
You are my wife. I made a vow to protect you. I'll uphold that vow no matter what. Oh my god, it's the ghost of King Hamlet. What? What? This took a dramatic turn.
Brother, you killed.
My God.
What is that?
I...
The spirit?
Oh, brother.
You cannot escape the eye of heaven, brother. I came not to bring peace, but to bring a sword.
Murder.
And now you have murdered my son, my only child, my greatest treasure. This is madness! This isn't...
Come on, then.
I put you in the grave once, now damn well do it again.
Die.
Brilliant. Horatio! The ghost stood in front... I note at this point that the ghost is stood in front of me, and I feel like he's just going to pull the same trick twice. Look upon me. Did Christ not say, surely I am with you always, as I am with you, my black touch descends on your solid court. Why are you doing this?
Ophelia.
Ophelia, how strange and peculiar that you and I should meet now, at the end of time, at the end of this world. Find me on the first night. You are too late for this fragment to exist. It will soon melt. What? Die, damn you! Die! 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 Yep, called it. Ghost has made itself known.
Greetings.
Hi.
Quince?
Had quite a nasty surprise back there, didn't you? I see you've been co-acquainted with a good friend of mine. King Hamlet. I thought he was dead. Oh, he was. Is. But death isn't quite so linear as all that, as you've no doubt observed. You see, you both share some unfinished business. As do I. What business is that? The same business which keeps you trapped in this world, repeating indefinitely. And so it shall continue until you follow this thread where it might lead.
Wait.
What's happened to Hamlet? His eyes. They're empty. He is, shall we say, on pause. One moment. There we are. His death! I've seen it with my own eyes. And the traitor is my own blood. And my mother. Oh, dear God, my mother.
Worms. Worms and wriggling earth.
All I can see is bile and rot everywhere.
Listen.
Hamlet, your father's ghost. I've seen him
What?
too. I believe you, Hamlet. I believe you saw your father's spirit. You're not insane. Now tell me, where did you see the spirit, and when? Midnight, on the walls. It was around the witching hour. But how did you... Okay, midnight on the walls. That's what he said. Such a feeble, tender-hearted boy, that one. I shall leave you to it then.
Till then.
You know where to find me, as always. Wait, is Polonius going to come out and say, "What was Quince doing in your room?" That'd be good. Mysterious Playmaster. Ghost of King Hamlet is real. There are rumors of a ghost. Learn about the spirit. Learn about the Playmaster.
Ophelia!
Don't think I missed Quince leaving your room just now, Ophelia. I know you're having an affair with the playwright.
You mustn't.
Only last night.
I know.
Hamlet accosted me, but I drove him out. Everything's alright, father. I must share this with the king, unless you have some further explanation to offer. Woo, that is probably a good enough time, you know. I was just waiting to get murdered somewhere along the line just so I could actually, like, save and quit this, I think. Because I've been at this for dang near 3 hours. It is well past midnight. I'm actually off work this week, so I don't have to, like, get up for anything. Otherwise, I would have been finishing this up a little more urgently. So, there's no pressing concerns here, but, like, it is still late. So I'm going to leave that there. I may pick up on this some more on Thursday, because Tulkas is not available to stream, so, more of this seems like a pretty good plan to me. I'm enjoying this immensely. For all the little knowledge I actually really have of it, I do dig Shakespeare and Shakespeare adjacent things. Yeah, so I could go for more of this. See what folks think, though. Let me know, do you want more of this? Let me know in the comments, let me know on the Discord, leave a like, you know, the usual drill to leave feedback, all the usual sources. Heck, message me on Twitter if you're so inclined, but either way, I am going to sleep, because it is late. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed. I want more of this. If you don't want more of this, I'll finish playing it myself. And that's to the lot of you. But if you want more of this, then we can have more of this. But till then, I shall see you next time. Good night.